don't care if you've been changing your user algorithms all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times. It's Benny. I'm your host. The Tulu's Prodigy coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out there with that dang shit on my left. Shit.
Higher, further, danker.
On my far right, engineer number 1 2 something 11 3 4.
Y'all trying to kill me? Fuck R. Kelly.
In the middle, we got the oldest ninja in the world, Old Ninja.
Who does not watch the
There is a story so strange in its implications.
All right, so last but not least, we got the
ordinary
blue.
classification.
You know what? I decided I'm gonna start cussing a lot more. So get ready for a whole bunch of motherfuckers, some bitches, you stupid motherfuckers.
Hey.
Suck a dick.
Oh.
You trying to go Samuel L. on us?
Hell, motherfucking yeah.
Going in already.
About to be an asshole in this
shit,
podcast.
was that Ruby I saw?
Ruby. You saw
You talking about the anime?
Yeah, it looked like I saw
Oh.
it.
No, motherfucker, it wasn't.
We trying to do a
God
show
dang.
here, goddammit.
Well, no, I thought I saw Ruby. Fuck. I saw ass on a bike. Looked like Ruby. Fuck up.
All right, listener of the week would be Dre Pettigrew once again. Whole bunch of listens.
Dre? No.
Thank you. Thank you very much for listening. We appreciate it. We're thankful. And I don't think anybody's in the chat room yet. No, that's weird.
We are on time,
We are,
right?
yeah, we are on time.
That's probably why they're.
Yeah, they're
probably
like,
so
shit.
late.
Come join.
Still trying to log in and shit.
Old Ninja, you usually pour out some type of beverages, and this week we actually have real celebrities.
Yeah.
This
Motherfucker, we all know.
Oh, motherfuckers, you know. But
The
last
inventor of the Bic pen
Yeah.
passed away yesterday.
one.
The
First,
guy who built the Stonehenge.
so we're gonna pour out some Mickeys for everybody. First, we'll start off with Catherine Hellman. Most people remember her as the horny mom Ramona on Who's the Boss.
She was great.
So she
Fire
passed away at
Fire
the-
crotch.
Yeah,
She was redhead, right?
Yeah, she
that
was a redhead. He's
Fire
right.
crotch.
He right. Damn. She passed away at the age of 89. Next up, we have Keith Flint, better known as the frontman for the band The Prodigy, or Prodigy is probably known in the States. I think in the UK they call them The Prodigy. He died at the age of 49.
Wow.
He died under suspicious circumstances per tale. His motive or his death is not ruled completely like a homicide. So far, the police said it has not been suspicious circumstances. However, the police were called to his home because they were afraid for his safety, and they found him dead.
You know what's weird about that band Prodigy is I remember I listened to him before he was the frontman, and because if you ever watch the movie Hackers, like there's a bunch of their songs that were in that. So when they actually, what was it? Not Breathe, but the other one, Smack My Bitch Up came out.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, oh shit, this is Prodigy. I was like, damn, like it was like a much different sound than what they used to have, but it was still dope as fuck. I remember bumping that shit. I still bump that shit in my car.
Yeah,
was a great
Yeah, Fat of the Land, great album.
Oh yeah, that's a good album. If you ever watched the video to Smack My
Oh
Bitch
yeah, it's a
Up,
great video.
that video shook like the video world because it threw everyone's perception of what it was. Because when you watch it, it's in first person, and you think it's just a guy being an asshole. And at the end, you see that it is a petite, blonde, naked female who went on a tirade on one night.
Yeah, you had to figure out how to watch that video because they wouldn't play it on
MTV.
On MTV.
So they would after
certain times,
midnight,
Yeah.
and they would only play it for half an hour.
But
And if you
it
missed
was memorable, though.
Yeah, if you missed it, you were fucked. You had to wait for the next night.
So they'll play it on repeat for half an hour? Or
They would play it
Just
almost.
that 30-minute window.
Almost. They would play it like 2 to 3 times in a half an hour window.
Goddamn.
And if you caught it, you were cool. If not, you were fucked. Let's see. Next on our RIP list is King Kong Bundy. Best known as probably a villain in the WWF at the time of Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. He was a big 6'4" man, big wrestler, and he was normally like I said, a villain. He passed away at the age of 63.
You know, that's not. I mean, it is young, but for wrestlers, that's not bad. I've heard of a lot of wrestlers dying in their 40s and 50s.
Yeah, well, what was it? Macho Man passed away in his 50s?
Especially for the physical toll that they put on their body.
Well, it's mostly from CTE. All them falls, man. You can't fake gravity.
And roids ain't good for you either.
Well, yeah. No.
And painkillers too. Painkillers get a lot of them.
Damn. King Kong Bundy's given name is Christopher Palles. I think that's how you pronounce his name, but R.I.P. to him. And then last but not least, we have Luke Perry.
Damn.
Most famous for being on the show Beverly Hills 90210, and also currently on the show Riverdale as the main character's father, Archie.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Archie, yeah.
He had a massive stroke last Wednesday and passed away Monday morning or Sunday night, I believe.
Damn.
He's survived by his son and daughter. His son is actually a professional wrestler.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh.
I forgot his wrestling name. I had it up just a second ago. But we will see him in probably his last performance in the upcoming Tarantino film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Wow.
Isn't it weird in like this modern age where we have celebrities that pass away and the work still goes on like past after? That's like, it's weird, but it's kind of cool because you get to see like their last works. A lot of people that we all grew up with, especially like females, like this is like he was like an icon.
Oh yeah, sex symbol.
He was a
he was.
heartthrob, as they say. He
Yeah.
was on the cover of all those teen magazines back in the day.
I was like, I don't get it, but at the same time, when Anthony Bourdain passed, I was like, that hit me hard. But I mean, he wasn't like a heartthrob or some shit to me. He's just like an inspirational dude. But I guess take inspiration where you can. I guess he had a big part of their like adolescent years, so I guess I kind of get it. It sucks that he passed away at such an early age.
He reminds me a lot of like the earlier version of Fast and the Furious.
Paul Walker.
Yeah. All combined with James Dean.
Yeah.
You know what
So
I mean?
he was specifically casted in Beverly Hills to be that James Dean character.
Yeah.
So, and he fit that.
Did you guys watch 90210?
I mean,
I
I saw some episodes.
I think I saw probably like one episode.
Aren't they remaking it or something?
Well, they remade it before.
So they were doing a reunion show.
Okay.
Him, Luke Perry, and I think Shannon Doherty will not be returning because I guess they were filming already. The day that they announced that they were going to debut the show is the day he had a heart attack or a stroke.
God damn.
Shit.
That sucks.
All right, so before we move forward, I actually have a personal RIP. Just this past Saturday, I lost. This guy was basically a father to me growing up as a kid. He's actually my little brother's father. He passed away on Saturday from a heart attack, which is kind of similar to a stroke, except it happens. You get a blood clot in your heart, and basically your heart starts pumping or whatever. But yeah, he went into the hospital kind of early Saturday morning because of heart complications, and then later on that day, he passed away. And it's really sad because this was my father figure growing up. I called him dad all the time, but like as I got older, once I found out that he wasn't my actual biological father, I was probably maybe like 11 or 12.
Whoa.
Yeah, so and I barely met my biological father, probably like a good 9 years now. So, considering how long it's been since, I found out I actually had a different dad. But yeah, this guy was like a positive role model. We grew up in East Palo Alto. He was like there for us. He would take us places. We would go camping, taught us how to fish, how to swim. He taught me how to drive. Like the first stick I ever drove was this Mercedes.
Nice.
And it was right over here, off of Cherry, over in Newark. He let me get behind the wheel. Showed me how to shift and everything, and ever since then, I just love driving a stick. But he was a really good man. He was there for my mom and, all this crazy stuff that happened in my family. So I just want to give a shout-out, RIP, to Curtis Duplessis. Hopefully my little brother's listening to the podcast right now. His funeral is going to be on March 22nd. And growing up as a kid, he would always drink Budweiser. So this would probably be the only time you'll see anybody on this podcast drink a Budweiser. So I'm gonna open this up to him, and I'm gonna enjoy it while we podcast.
That's a tall boy.
Yeah, it's a tall boy. It's a tall boy. That's like all they had in the store. Either buy this or a 16 pack. But this is just basic water.
Oh, man.
King of beers.
Made from 100% renewable energy, apparently.
You're gonna have to do some hill sprints outside.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, this is to Curtis. Thanks for everything you've done for me. And it looks like my little brother is in the chat room right now.
Good shit, man.
R.I.P.
Actually, that was a meaningful RIP session.
Yeah, we didn't shit on nobody.
Yeah.
Well, lightweight, but we got it.
But no, shoot the fire crotch.
Ah! Damn!
Shit, gonorrhea? I mean, that's a fucked up way to go. I'm just,
This actually isn't that bad.
You already drunk. You already.
You lying to yourself.
Okay.
Where do we start? We got some controversies and we got a lot of gaming news.
Wait,
Yeah, all
We
kind
can,
of shit.
we can jump it off with some gaming stuff. You
All right.
know?
Oh,
You want to
sure.
go positive or negative first?
Negative first.
One quick thing. Sorry. Fucking
Burping
Boa
and shit.
is choking me up. God damn, I almost fucking died. Another quick thing about Curtis. Sorry. He actually saved my life when I was a kid. My family and I were in Disneyland. We were staying at a hotel called the Candy Cane Inn, and we were playing. We were in the pool, and this is why they tell you not to fucking run around the pool. I was running around the pool, and I fell into the deep end,
God damn.
and nobody saw me fall into the water.
Didn't know how to swim.
I did not know how to swim, but you know how in cartoons when the cartoon characters are drowning and they kind of like go up and like count and shit like that. I was doing that, and my mom was like, "Look at," or no, my dad was like, "Hey, look at Dan." We're like, "What the hell is he doing?" My mom's like, "Oh, Daniel's over there drowning. He's doing that damn cartoon thing." And so Curtis swam over there and pulled me out of the water and saved me. But he also saved my cousin Lorena too, because we went on a camping trip, and she went out too far into the lake and it got too deep, and she kind of started to get swept away. So he kind of jumped in the water and saved her too. So
You can swim now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Please tell me.
He actually became a swimmer in high
yeah, I
school.
I was on the swim team in high school. But yeah, so another sorry. Now on with the show.
All right, negative gaming stuff. What are we
Going
doing?
negative. All right. I got to shit on Anthem, y'all.
Oh,
All right. This goddamn game. I gave it such fucking high hopes, and at every goddamn turn, it's fucking failing me. I'm like, what the? The only thing good about this game is the fucking gameplay, and that is literally it. And I think that's the main reason why people keep playing it. It's because the gameplay is fun, but god damn, there's so much baggage that comes along with that shit. Like, the most recent thing I noticed that this game is fucking missing is that you go on the fucking map, you can't set a waypoint. How the fuck is this possible? And the map is fairly big, and you're trying to get somewhere, and you have to literally move, stop, look at the map. Am I still going the right direction? Yeah, okay, keep going that direction.
is it a?
Wait.
Is there a mini map, or do you pause it and look at?
You have to pause and look at a
There
map.
is a mini map, but here's the thing. This is what's great. So on the map, so it tells you when you look at the map that you can set a waypoint.
I'm here to laugh at old.
But
Ninja,
when you
just so you know.
no, you
This gonna be
ain't.
good.
It's gonna be good.
It
So when
begins.
you try to set a waypoint, that button is grayed out.
Yeah. You
I'm
can't,
s-
you
so
can't
it's
press
there,
select.
but you can't use it.
Yeah.
The
Hold on.
fuck?
So wait, is this a change from the beta?
No, this was the same as the beta.
Oh.
In
So
the
it-
beta, it tells you set waypoint on the map
But how
when
the
you're free warm, but it's grayed out.
So
And
the-
I'm like, okay, this is probably disabled for the beta. You play the actual game, and it's still grayed out.
And in a normal game, it wouldn't be as bad, but in this game, it's super fucking three-dimensional. So when you're trying to get somewhere, it could be under fucking water, it could be in the fucking mountain, it could be a lot of fucking places.
Yep.
And
Like super high up too.
there's places where like they do have some things like sometimes there's waypoints for certain missions, but it never tells you how fucking far it is. Like ever, it never tells you how fucking far it is. So I'm just like, what the fuck? 'Cause remember, sometimes when you're in a map and there's somebody say they're dying,
Brown bagging?
and it shows that they're
they
dying,
drinking,
right,
man? Sorry.
on the fucking screen.
Yep.
But they can be on the other side of the fucking map. When I say other side of the map, it could take you fucking 15 minutes to get there, and you'll just be flying. You have no fucking idea how far away they are.
Yeah, you have to sit. You have to land, pause, check where their indicator is, then go back in the air and fly again.
That's lame as fuck.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, how the fuck how do you leave that shit out of a fucking game?
But
And
the button is there though, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's an option to
So
set a
if you-
waypoint.
Well, it
if you
says
look at
select.
it says select the waypoint, but it is grayed out. Like I kept tapping it. Like how come I can't? It's just broken. And then I looked, and the other two buttons are white, while the two on the left are grayed out. And one of those buttons is select a waypoint.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense because the only reason why I noticed it is because this is another huge problem with the game because I got in a part of a game where I noticed where you can't really stack missions. So you know how like normal games, like when you're playing like an open world game, you can stack missions. When I say stack missions, like you can go to multiple people, pick up missions, and
Yeah.
when you're out in the world, you can complete them all.
Like
Yeah.
side quests and missions.
And,
yeah.
and main quests, you know, you can stack them all together.
Yep.
This game you can't do that. All right.
Got to do it one by one in their order.
Yes and no. So what happens is if you try to stack missions, you'll play a mission, and then once the mission's done, you get kicked out of the game. You have to go back to fucking Fort Tarsus, and then you have to get back. And keep in mind, every time you have to go back to Fort Tarsus,
You have to load.
you would a fucking load screen. It's a fucking lengthy load screen. You have to go back to Fort Tarsus, Then you have to get back
That's
to
the
your
hub?
fucking
That's the
yeah.
hub.
Yeah, it's like the tower in Destiny.
Okay.
Then you have to go back to your fucking javelin again, and then go back out another expedition for any mission. You have to do that. And when you're playing the game and you pick up new shit, you can't use it or equip it when you're in the game session.
You have to come back to the tower or
Damn.
to Tarsus to equip and whatnot.
With more load screens. I'm just like, how the fuck? This is 2019. How is this? How did somebody like miss this shit in the fucking game? Like, I've never played a game like this before. You had to go literally back into another area just to equip shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So, say you get some badass weapon that's blue. First of all, it doesn't fucking tell you what kind of gun you got. It just
Yeah.
it just tells you it's a blue thing or a green thing or a white
Wow.
thing.
Yeah, it only tells you at the end of the mission.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck? What do I need it fucking now. And it's the same thing with like experience points too. I think it's the same deal. How at the end of the mission, that's when it gives up your whole like your amount of experience points and the multipliers.
Oh yeah.
It's only at the end. I'm like, why isn't it just on the go? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And where I got no problem is I basically fell into a fucking hole in this game where I beat the missions, but it didn't tell me what I had to do next.
Yeah, that's weird to me because I was able to find all the missions and the side stuff pretty easily.
Well, I found them, but it got to a point to where I guess you were supposed to go into free roam and then find these 4 fucking tombs.
Oh yeah,
But
okay.
it didn't tell me that. Like,
That's it screamed at me to do that like over and over
well, no,
again.
it did it once, but then I did other missions, and then it forgot to tell me, and then it kept saying to go to like some stronghold mission. So I beat the stronghold mission. I came back, and then the only thing I had, you know how it just told me to do it again. And I'm like, I just fucking beat it. Why do I have to do it again?
That I've seen, but with the tombs that you were on, every mission I did, it was screaming at me. It popped up on the right. These tombs you need to do. These feats you need to do. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing it and then continued on.
Yeah. So first it stopped doing that for me, and so I didn't know what the fuck to do. And then eventually I figured out that I had to fucking pause it, go into a menu, and then see what my mission was. That was the only one I had was that one. So I picked it up, and those missions, they're very poorly designed. So there's 2 main points. One is that when you find the tomb, you're supposed to complete these challenges. So it takes you a long time to get. There's no fast travel in this fucking game. Just to get to one of those tombs, it takes a long time to find them. So you find it, and all of a sudden it says, oh, you have to beat something, like beat 25 enemies with the ultimate, or get 15 chests. So you don't know what you have to get until you find the fucking tomb.
Wait, that's incorrect.
fucking
Because
weird.
when I was doing it, you're able to check when you check your feats. It tells you check your challenges. Under the challenges, it tells you which one to do.
What
and
the
it lists
fuck?
all 4 of them.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's how I did it.
That's
I
fucking
didn't.
lame.
I didn't go to the tombs until I completed the feats. But
You should not be hiding shit like that in layered menus. And then second, when you finally do these things, like when I actually figured out, like, oh, I have to do these, get these tombs, I already completed everything I needed to, apparently. So after I found the first one is when I figured out I need to do more shit. Then I just started playing the game. I beat all the fucking challenges. So you go to the tomb and you find it, and to open the tomb, it's a load screen. And you get in the tomb, it's literally one fucking room that's literally the size of this fucking garage.
no, it's a loot chest.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a chest. I'm like, why do I have to load screen into this?
Welcome to the mid-2000s
Like,
in gaming.
What the fuck is going on here? And then there's a bunch of problems with their gear system. Like, you'll get certain gear that is completely worthless. It'll say it's rare or whatever, but it's fucking worthless.
Damn.
And like the level system that they have for it. Like, when I got the special edition of the game, with the Legion of Dawn or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I got a special gun that's supposed to be level 18, right?
Yeah.
But I had guns that I already had that were like level fucking 8 that
I
did more damage.
Read something online today about it.
About
that,
the
like,
weapon
lower,
glitch?
Yeah, it's like a lower level one thing is more powerful than
Yeah.
some crazy thing. And they're like, this game is just completely broken. I was like, whew.
That's
Save me
fucking
$60.
horrible.
Yeah.
God,
You spend all this money for a fucking special game edition gun, and it's the shittiest gun in the fucking game.
That's ridiculous.
At first, well, like Cronus and I were both using the weapon, but then, like later on, once you hit a certain level, you'll be getting a bunch of weapons that completely make it useless. And it's like,
Yeah.
what's the point of this? I mean, I got the game too, or not the game, but the weapon because I pre-ordered as well. But the weapons, like once you level up, it's like not worth it.
And it still glitches. Like, the gun still glitches. Like, you'll be shooting, you go to reload, then you have negative 3 bullets, then you have to reload again, and then it goes. And it's just like, what the fuck? And it's still like that today. Another problem was the fucking Titans.
That's one of the classes.
No, it's like this enemy
What's
that's
an enemy?
fucking gigantic, right?
Oh.
It's hard to fucking beat. It's basically a fucking bullet sponge, and it throws off like these fire rings that you can't really dodge.
I dodge them.
It's pretty. No. Make sure you're actually dodging them because it looks like you dodge, but you still
no.
take damage.
Oh no, I know when I take damage because I guess if you're in the Ranger, if you take damage, it knocks you back. If you're
Oh.
in the Colossus, it like slows you down or like you kneel kind of. But if you're in the Ranger, it will knock you back. If you're in the Interceptor, it'll knock you out of the air. I think
Those are
And-
the classes.
Yeah, those are the
Yeah.
classes. I don't know what happens if you're the Storm.
Well, the storm overheats you, but it doesn't like where it says that the rings are isn't necessarily where they are. And now I noticed that they changed it so they almost come in 2 waves.
Oh yeah,
So
that I noticed.
it's like so you can't fucking dodge it, and
Oh.
it goes through walls.
Mhm.
So I'm like, what the fuck? How I don't understand how that's not fixed. And then there's other enemies where just like they're serious bullet sponges, like, and they're not even that big. But it took me a good 10 to 15 minutes the other day to beat 2 of these Urix things, and they're not doing that much damage to me. But they just took so much like I had to use my ultimate 3 fucking times.
The Urix. So those are the screeching looking thing, the big thing with the arms.
Yeah, it just like runs around kind of like a gorilla or whatever.
Okay, yeah, those
Yeah.
things. Yeah,
I'm just like, it shouldn't take 3 ultimates to beat something that's not a fucking boss.
BioWare's worst reviewed game in their entire history. Just putting that out.
Yeah, and I could definitely see why. And the thing is that what's more disappointing is that
More than Mass Effect 3, by the way.
yeah. Oh, you mean Andromeda?
You mean
Mass Effect 3 was
Andromeda.
dope.
No. Old Ninja argued for the last 10
Yeah,
fucking years
I
about how
remember-
Mass Effect 3 was terrible.
I
The
remember
just
ending,
trying- I'm
the
just trying to-
ending was terrible.
I'm
The
just trying
ending's
to-
terrible.
Reiterate, this is the worst one from a review standpoint.
What sucks is that when you're actually playing the game, it's actually pretty fucking fun.
When you're in the game.
When you're in the game, when you're
Yeah.
actually doing stuff. But actually, I don't have as many issues because I finished the main game, which again is short. It has the Destiny issue, to where I think the main story's short, but the one thing that it did, I'll give them credit for, that Destiny did not do, is that they tease end game content that is coming in the game,
Like
in
what
the
you-
story. So when you finish the game, they basically introduce you to a new enemy faction,
Oh.
and they basically tell you that they are coming, and we will let you know if we see any more of them. Then this is basically gonna go down. Destiny
Maybe.
does not do that. Destiny just ends, and
Yeah.
then you have repeatable content.
But your
This-
guns work.
yeah. Oh, shit.
No, not in Destiny 2. Destiny had issues with guns too.
Yeah,
with
that's
people
true.
bitching, with them
the guns?
constantly. Yes,
What was
people
the issue with the
complain.
guns?
People were bitching.
I thought the guns and shooting was one of the things that people loved in Destiny.
There are certain guns that were completely OP that they were only using for Crucible that they
I
had
remember.
to.
Okay, there was
so
a
they
ray
had
gun.
to switch.
There was a
There-
ray gun,
There
yeah.
was shotguns in particular where you can slide shoot and just literally wipe out everybody, which had to be addressed and fixed, which Bungie did. But then more issues came up with other guns, especially exotics being a little OP, so they had to nerf those. So they constantly had gun issues. So it wasn't like perfect either.
No.
Granted, Anthem needs work, unfortunately.
It is a lot of work.
It's fun when you're in a mission. It's fun being Iron Man. But then when you're like waiting to do stuff and waiting to like basically load out, it gets kind of like it kind of loses. You kind of lose some. You lose the excitement in the game, and it
Yeah,
makes you
it's-
it makes you a little frustrated. More people are more frustrated than I am, but I'm hopeful that BioWare will address these issues eventually.
Listen, the only way that they can address these issues is if they literally did like a Hello Games style
Yes.
fix shit. And I don't think they're gonna put in that much time to do it. Because like this is how you fix the game. You fucking get rid of Fort Tarsus. That is the biggest problem with this goddamn game, is having to go back to the same fucking area every 15 fucking minutes. And it takes me literally 2 to 5 minutes to get into the area and get out of the area. And that's fucking bullshit.
Remember, EA published this one. They also published, obviously, Battlefield 5 or V or whatever
Battlefield- sure.
in November. And then they came out with, without any advertisement, like kamikaze style, Apex.
Yeah.
You know,
3 games in the last.
they
3
fucking knew Apex was a better game than this. I don't care what anybody says. EA knew Apex was a better game, and it was put out intentionally in this time.
don't
Fuck
know.
what you think.
Yeah, I don't know if that. I mean, because there are 3 different studios here. You have
I'm talking about
DICE-
from a publisher's standpoint.
Oh,
though.
from a publisher standpoint, they knew. Well, they probably knew where they were in their cycle. Not Destiny. Anthem feels like they needed more time,
Yeah, way more time. Like
and EA was like, money, money, money. Put this out. Whatever you don't do, we'll fix it in post.
yeah, like the Fort Tarsus thing is so bad. Like, you literally go from being Iron Man to walking around like you're geriatric because they take you out of the suit
Yeah,
and you
have to
walk
around.
so fucking slow, so fucking slow.
I mean, you can run, but it's not a huge difference.
yeah, the stores are worthless.
Yeah, they sell the same thing.
Yeah, all of them.
There's
sell-
2 stores that are next to each other, and they have the same inventory. I'm
and then,
like, what?
And then one of the stores is just the shit you already have. I'm like, how the fuck is this a store? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like,
Dude, I don't think I've ever really buy anything from in-game stores. Like, if you need like equipment, not like
Well,
the
no.
PlayStation store. I'm talking about like if you go to a specialty store, like it's very rare for me. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
in God of War, you kind of had to like you had to like buy shit from like the gnome guys or whatever they
Yeah.
were. But other games, I don't really buy like weapons inside the stores.
So the stores in this is like 90% cosmetic. That last 10% are just items to craft like other stuff.
and it's shit you can just find out in like free roam. So it's
Yeah.
like it literally doesn't make any fucking sense.
you have a better job cutting down a tree and using it as a fucking dagger than buying something from the store.
Yeah, and
Well,
then like
I mean, if you're late, if you don't want to go out and free roam stuff, you can buy it at the store.
and
Pretty much it.
And their minimap thing, again, this goes back to not being able to set waypoints. So when you're in Fort Tarsus and you're trying to find something, like it'll show you on the map there's something in this direction, but it doesn't tell you like how the fuck to get there.
Oh yeah, there's no
Like-
waypoint type
Yeah,
thing.
I'm like,
I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it's there, sometimes most of the time it's not.
it's terrible. Like all that shit is absolutely terrible.
Terrible.
Y'all gonna mention the bricking or nah? You're just gonna skip.
Oh yeah,
Well, I've
fucking nail in the coffin here.
So there's been, I guess, a total of 1,400 reports of if you have Anthem on the PS4, there's a chance that you'll get to a point where you're playing the game and your system will shut off. So much to the point to where when you restart, it'll do a system check to make sure that your files are correct.
Damn.
Now, the reports are saying that there's been brick systems. However, if you go in and read, it's the potential to brick your system, even though I have not seen confirmed reports of bricks. I know 2 people in the span of 3 days that this has happened to while playing Anthem. While I was playing, and I'm pretty sure they were mission leader or squad leader or whatever. And as soon as we loaded in, they take a step or whatnot, and boom, they're gone.
Did
And
they
I'm
say
like,
what kind
the
of
fuck?
consoles, which version of the PS4s they were crashing, or
No,
what consoles or systems?
It wasn't specific. Like if it was PS4 or the PS4 Pro or just like a regular PS4. But the potential
PS4
is there that it will crash. Now, apparently, if it happens multiple times, you could lose like your file system in your PS4, which will break your system. I don't.
Sony's issuing refunds.
So yeah, Sony's issuing. And
So I don't want you to fucking belittle it like it's bullshit.
So this,
Sony's issuing refunds.
I think
So
it's funny
this-
how Sony's doing it, but
It-
EA's
but not-
not.
yeah,
I
EA
know.
is not.
I
What
was
the
just gonna mention that.
So what's also weird?
Sony
is
ain't
that
playing with this bullshit, man.
It's also weird that
fuck
this,
my shit.
this happens very fast with Sony. Like very little huss and fuss from them as well.
Yeah.
So someone on Reddit posted
Yeah.
that this was bullshit. They tried to do it and boom, instant within like a day.
Well, they did just get sued successfully for the
PlayStation 3 thing.
the PlayStation 3 thing. Yeah, with the extra we could put on Linux.
You did get your money? I know you had one of those bad
Yeah, I
ones
think I
in
got
the
it. It's
day.
like $40 or something like that. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Hey, money's money.
Yeah.
As Soldier tell the boys. Soldier Boy tells you millions is millions.
Tell them.
Let's put a fork in Anthem for now.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm hopeful that BioWare's like I consider
Or
a
not.
community,
Talk
but
about
I'm hopeful that they
I
fix
like how he
this.
said yeah, and then just kept.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
throw
hopeful
it back
that
in the
they fix it.
microwave.
One more thing.
Nuke it.
30 more seconds. 30 more seconds.
Could have just said no, Ninja.
Do you want to continue on gaming?
Wait,
Yeah.
someone's asking what breaking is.
Oh, explain
Oh, it's like when your shit dies, like
Yeah.
turns your
System
electronic
becomes a
device into
paperweight.
brick.
Yeah, it becomes a
Yeah.
the
paperweight.
famous
Become-
one from the 360 era was the Red Ring of Death.
Yeah,
Yes.
the famous one from the PS3 was the Yellow Light of Death.
Yeah, and I got mine with an update on my PS3 a long time ago. to where it was so bad that I sent it to Sony. I was like, "Can you guys fix it?" They said yes, and they sent it back to me. It was just blank. I was like, "I could have done this. You
that
fucking
happened to
silly
me
bitch."
too. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
just-
the Instant Pot actually has a brick thing feature too. So yeah, actually, I kind of got it for a second on my Instant Pot. So there's this thing called the C6H, and basically one of the sensors, the pressure sensors, stopped working. So the entire thing fucking shuts down. You can't use it. And all the lights just start blinking and shit like that.
Damn,
So on the way to fix it is to send it back to Instant Pot and they'll send you a new one.
With your food in it.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. I was midway through it. Motherfuckers.
Damn.
Yeah, before we move on, I just want to note that this only happens on the PS4, so you Xbox One players, keep on playing.
That's because there's like 3 Xbox players, bro.
Nope.
Here we go.
No, I playing on Xbox.
You don't even got on the Xbox.
Yeah, because people were crying.
Ah,
Crying.
yeah.
Oh, you should play Anthem
I
on
got
the
it.
new system.
This is
All
why
right,
I'm here to
fine.
laugh at old men.
Yeah, no, you ain't here
We're
with
laughing at
nothing.
old people.
All right. What else was gaming you wanted to go to?
Yeah, let's go on to the Division 2 so we get
Positive gaming.
some positive notes.
Mm.
So I can say, without a fucking doubt, this has been one of the best betas to come out in recent memory. This beta had more content than some AAA games that come to mind that when they came out. They had way more than Destiny in just the fucking beta. Easily. I put in like probably over 5 hours and I wasn't done yet. And it was a lot of content.
It was almost like a completed game. Like
Yeah.
there was so much content, and like there was like when you walk up to people, you can like talk to them and stuff like that. The cutscenes were in there. There was
really?
like no glitching. I mean, the only glitching I saw, there's this one scene where you're talking to this one black lady, and she pours herself a drink, and a drink like it comes out kind of like a triangle,
like
like,
a
an
L.
angle. It's like boop, boop. I was like, what the fuck? But other than that, like like. Because I had problems with the first Division game. Because every time I went on there and played, like I always had like glitches. Like I was fighting an enemy, and all of a sudden he disappeared and popped up out of nowhere. But no, this one was like a whole lot smoother. Like using the guns were smoother. Like your objective was a lot easier to figure out and things like that. But overall, I thought it was a really good beta as well.
Yeah, I was amazed on how well it. I mean, because it came with full cutscenes. Everything was fully voice acted. It wasn't like an Anthem where you had the option to talk, but it said it wasn't in the beta. I'm like, why the fuck did you even put him in the beta then, you stupid bitch? But yeah, this one you could start building the White House up. You could start building other bases that are in the area up.
Nice.
Like it goes really in depth. There's a whole shitload of missions. The Dark Zone opens up, and
You can upgrade your gear and stuff too.
yeah, and like one of the best things. This is what I think every beta should probably do, is you get in this game as you're playing, you get to a certain mission, it gives you the option of playing the end game. So you skip ahead like a shitload of levels, and it dumps you in basically the same spot, but like with way higher gear and with way higher enemies. And so you can see what it's like, and it's 3 different classes. So you can try all these 3 different classes as you see fit, and it's like all spec'd out gear.
Okay.
Huh.
One of the complaints from the first one was really you're shooting guys that look like normal people in hoodies, and they're just kind of
They're
bullet
bullet sponges,
spongy
yeah.
or whatever. Have they addressed any of that?
It's a little
Yeah.
spongy,
Yeah.
but I feel like when you shoot them in the face,
They go down.
down.
Okay.
So
Fair enough.
just
You gotta shoot him
better.
a few times in the face.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What about the whole difference between like Manhattan walking felt kind of slow to go from one side of Manhattan to the other? Are there any vehicles? Or?
No.
No.
Yeah, no vehicles, but it didn't seem. I think the main problem when you were in New York was that it was kind of empty,
Very much so.
and this one was kind of empty too. But there's still a lot of enemies, and they also have like control points and shit like that make it a lot more interesting.
Yeah,
and they
that
make
was
it
weird.
and they make it really obvious like where they are. So there's places where you can go to where it's enemy controlled, and they're like little bases that you can take over.
But they have PvP and PvE going on at the same time still in the streets, right?
No,
No, in the Dark Zone.
Dark
you
Zone.
do.
Dark
PvP,
Zone was that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dark Zone was that.
which they had.
So a big improvement, I'll say, is the Division had the Fort Tarsus problem. In order to get to PvP, you had to go to Penn Station, then access PvP, and then wait in the lobby. In the demo, or in the beta, you could instantly go PvP. You just
Nice.
pop up the menu, select it, and then it'll pop you in. And
Oh.
then you just do a match.
I wouldn't say it was as bad as you're describing with Anthem.
It's not as bad, but I mean, you have to go to a point
You would have
to
to-
go into a whole nother
The
section.
Dark Zone was sort of cut out in the very center
Oh, no,
area of.
no, not that part. There's actual PvP matches, like team deathmatch matches. You have to go to the underground area to access that. You couldn't access that out in the world. Versus in Division 2, you can access that freely in the world.
Okay, well, the Dark Zone itself was the whole. I guess originally that was supposed to be the whole BB, and that was just like a sort of a center cutout of Manhattan, and you would just go through a what's it called, like a Sally Port kind of door, where you go through one, go get whatever loot that you needed to, and then open into the next one. But it wasn't really a waiting thing. It didn't load. You would just.
You're talking about something different.
Yeah, you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking about early stuff. I'm talking about.
I never played that further later.
Okay, so later on they actually did.
That was much later.
Yeah, no. Later on they did 8-on-8. So you could basically do team deathmatch in the game.
That's pretty cool.
But you had to go to the main base of operations to access that area.
Okay.
Versus Dark Zone, which is different.
Well, I mean, that's a team deathmatch thing. It's sort of like with most games. There's some sort of loading to get into a team deathmatch where they're matching up 8 people against each other. But for a single player thing like you guys are talking about with Anthem, where it's just all of a sudden you're waiting 30 seconds for it to load up the whole new map or the new area, that's a problem.
Way longer than that.
Well, I haven't played it myself, so you'll see a theme where it's stuff that I haven't played or I haven't seen. I'm not going to throw a crazy comment out there.
Speculating and shit.
Foreshadowing.
Man. I'm here
Got a
to
can of
laugh.
L's there, though.
Yeah, I'm here to laugh at Prodigy now.
But no, I'm excited. And another thing is we don't really get that many games that are centered in DC that I really remember, because I don't even know how the geography of DC really works outside of there's a White House, there's Lincoln, but I wouldn't like with New York. It's a real sort of easy grid.
It's a pattern. It's
just like
it works in all fucking games like Spider-Man, fucking that's it, or Division. Like it's just a fucking grid.
And even like with San Francisco, it's sort of gridish.
No.
Well, it's got hills. It's got hills, but
there's a lot of grid for
it's got a lot more geography. I mean, like
parts,
than actual New
landmarks
York
and stuff. Yeah.
But you could still sort of figure your way out and be like, okay, I recognize this landmark and everything. DC, all I know is, there's a White House somewhere in here. There's a Lincoln Memorial.
Pentagon, maybe.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
I know it's crack houses too. White Houses and crack houses.
Yeah. If you told me that was on the north part of DC or the south part, I would have no fucking idea. So it'll be interesting to see myself sort of learn the geography of DC and how they handle it. Because is it a walk around kind of city, or is it?
Yeah, it's not very big.
Okay.
I didn't know DC was a city.
Huh?
It's a district of.
Well, I don't know. It had like, because when you're playing a game, it's like you're inside of a city. So I never knew DC had like an actual city.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I fell off on the Division fairly early on.
Yeah, you didn't know how to use anything.
Yeah, I had trouble with the perks and all that. You walked me through. It was nice, but the weather patterns were very repetitive, and everything looked kind of like that ugly winter zone over and over and over again. I'm hoping Division 2 changes that up a little bit, or what?
So,
it's in the summertime.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was playing, there's a point where I hit a storm. A storm broke out while I was trying to get back to my home base, and I had to fight my way through. And there was like lightning and shit, and I was like, "Fuck, I can't see because it's fucking dark, and there's people coming at me." Luckily, I had somebody with me. We were able to dispatch everybody, but I still had to get through the rain because it started to torrent, and I had to make my way back. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I got hit with fog once, and I got fucked up.
I did not.
I couldn't
hit
see
that.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's excellent. That's a great improvement. The game was dull on that.
One of the problems I did have with the Division beta was with your torrent. Am I pronouncing it right?
Turret.
With your turret. Is that you fucking throw it out there? Like one time I threw it out there and it landed like in a bad area, so it wasn't doing any fucking damage. So I wish they would allow you to like go pick it up. Pick it up.
You should
put it somewhere else there.
You should be able to, or
can't.
self-destruct.
You can cancel it. Yeah, it'll self-destruct. Just hold on the same.
But
button.
then you have to wait for it to like respawn or whatever.
Yeah, but
you
it's
can't just
less.
keep reusing
It's
it.
less time though.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right. Cause I was like, fuck, it ain't killing nobody. I was like, and I went over there, it's like trying to push buttons, hoping I can pick it up, but yeah, it didn't do a fucking thing.
Yeah, it was. There was a lot to do in this fucking
There
beta.
was a
when's it-
lot of
Funny
fucking
shit
do.
to
When's it supposed to come out?
The 15th
Later this
I
month.
believe?
Yeah, I
Like
got
a week or two.
so I like the beta so much. This game wasn't even on my fucking radar, and I played the beta, and I was like, all right, I'm buying it. So I got the gold edition or whatever. So
Okay.
I'll get it on like the 12th or some shit.
Okay,
What comes with the
but
gold
this is the
edition?
second time we've heard this of late.
No, but this one was like the beta for the Division 2 was way better than the beta for Anthem.
I know,
Yeah,
but I'm
by
just
far.
saying this is the second time we've heard this. I
know,
got my fingers
sure.
crossed.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, the three of us played the beta, and like there was so much to do, it was almost impossible to finish.
Yeah.
I trust the Tom Clancy franchise
Oh yeah.
more so than I do BioWare. BioWare has been
At this point,
fucking
yeah.
up.
At this
It's
point,
2 L's
yeah,
in a row.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, there was just so
3
much
L's and you're
crazy.
out.
Especially what blew me away was the end game content, because instead of like 3 guns, I had like 4 or 5 guns in the end game.
Yeah.
You had like this one super fucking weapon. Like I had a grenade launcher, and I'm like, let me try this out. I cleared a whole fucking room in like one
Nice.
shot. I was like, oh shit. And it takes specific ammo, and it's not easy to come by, obviously. But the same thing when they had like a 50 cal sniper, and then there's a explosive crossbow.
Yeah, I had that one.
So I was like, dude, this is fucking dope.
Squads of 3 or 4.
4, I think.
And they had crazy fucking like when I was fighting the enemies, like with the mechs and shit. Like they threw mechs at me like mech dogs and
Wow.
fucking drones that
shit.
self-destructed and shit and fucking shot at me. I was like, what the fuck is going on
Yeah.
here?
Those,
It was
Okay.
crazy. I was not prepared.
those
Okay.
mechs don't give a fuck. They will walk over fucking obstacles, come through, and 360 shoot everything. I'm like, holy shit.
And
That's some-
the AI seems to be vastly improved too, because like I was getting flanked and shit. I had to fucking retreat. You know, it was
Nice.
crazy.
Now, on Division 1, the story was about as bland as fucking stale-ass toast. Are we getting more of a sense of a better story with this?
So potentially, the only reason why I say potentially is because when you first start playing the game, you're fighting against like hyenas, which are like
Actual
like
aims?
thugs.
No,
Oh,
Yeah.
they're
That's the
gang.
name of the
Yeah.
gang. Okay.
They're like basically thugs, and then later on in the game, like you go to the end game, you're fighting like this crazy fucking special ops motherfuckers that come from helicopters with fucking drones and mechs and shit. So
Okay.
Imagine
Hyenas
fighting.
got that shit.
Imagine fighting the characters from Black Ops 4.
Nice. Okay.
It's like their whole squad's coming at you, and they have backup.
Oh, shit.
yeah, and they don't fuck around.
Okay.
And like immediately, if they see you, they start like doing squad tactics. Like they have like a healer, they have like a guy that will throw a drone out and stay behind.
Yeah.
That happened hella times with me. Like they had the RC car.
Oh my
Like,
god.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Drove me nuts.
yeah.
So if they're feeling, if there'll be a point where they will retreat and regroup, and then they'll try to throw heavier artillery at you. If you do not get to them, you might be stuck and have to find new tactics to get to them. So it can
Nice.
fuck you up.
Wasn't the first one like they had a fucking virus or something?
Yeah,
in
it's
New
like
York?
that. I mean, it's kind of the
Okay.
same. This feels like the aftermath after the
Yeah,
virus.
it's after.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it's definitely after.
New York also has that gas or whatever too. That if you walk into, or they had quarantine zones. So you go into
Yeah,
quarantine
right,
zone.
yeah.
If you're there for too long, you can get affected or some shit.
I kind of like that gameplay.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Well, it's really cool like the RPG elements because you have like so much RPG shit. It's cool to see like an RPG elements on like modern day semi-futuristic shit. I mean, so you can customize like all of your gear, all of your guns, the way you look, all that shit. It was like really cool. I really liked just changing like the backpack, you know, just like the way it looks and shit like that. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, this is really neat. And some of it's like real life shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But you were like almost like a nameless dude that was in the special forces
Your
in the
your
first
agent.
one.
Your
Yeah,
first
your
name is
agent.
agent.
Yeah.
Your agent.
Okay.
and you don't really talk in the game, but I'm
Exactly.
like,
Your
I'll just
character
shoot you in the
doesn't
face. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
your character doesn't talk, but the menu system is cleaner. Like I
Good.
can understand.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thing
they
was
still
clean.
they
Yeah.
brought back the gear score because if you haven't played the original Division, you probably did not have the gear score. They added that on later. They have the gear score with this too, where you have better equipment, increases your gear score level, which means you're like
I
higher
thought the
level.
gear score
hard to
came
get.
on after you beat the story.
That too. No, actually,
Or if you went to
like
the
when
dark
you
zone,
hit
yeah.
like level 25 or something,
Okay,
you'll get a gear score, and it's usually a high gear.
nice.
And they brought that kind of back, but it's easier to understand your menu now than the first Division.
Yeah, yeah.
Way easier.
And I love the sound that it makes when you shoot somebody in the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
splat.
Nice
yeah,
and wet.
splat. Yeah, it's great.
Good shit. So that's coming up soon. Another big, highly anticipated game. Capcom done it again. It
Mega
looks
Man?
like it.
Mega
No,
Man.
not Mega Man X or whatever.
Yeah.
So obviously earlier in January they had Resident Evil 2, which 9.5 out of 10, a whole bunch of great scores and shit.
Yes.
You played it.
Fucked up.
And I'm gonna buy it though.
Okay.
I haven't played it yet
Shit.
because I love the original one. The
Yeah.
original one's my favorite.
It's fucking great. Then Capcom comes through again, dripping in sauce. Devil May Cry 5 dropping tomorrow night. 9s and 10s on these fucking reviews. Yes,
Already?
I have not played it, yet, but it's dropping tomorrow.
I saw the review and I thought it was interesting because you're playing as 3 very different characters in the game. Especially V. He doesn't actually like attack people, sort of.
I don't know his power set yet. He's new.
He only ends people.
Yeah,
like he has like these demons that attack, and then he has to end them. So
he has like fatalities and shit.
Basically, yeah, he has like this. He has a cane that like a pimp cane. He's fixing people up with. But he basically throws shit. Like you don't directly have offense. You have to use like these like AI controlled fucking demons. So it seemed pretty interesting.
We'll see. But they have Dante and Nero, obviously.
I was gonna say, is it gonna be like kind of based off the same characters that are in the Netflix special or Netflix series?
Ooh, it's been a while since the anime one, right?
Oh no, that was. What's that?
Devil May Cry had a quick anime.
Castlevania.
Oh no, yeah, I'm thinking Castlevania. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
That was based off the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was same with vampires and shit, so it kind of threw me off for a second.
Yeah, I mean, this is mostly like Demon Hunter, stylistic Demon Hunter shit, you know. But there is co-op in there too. So.
Oh, is there? I didn't know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I found out real late that they're doing that.
I'm fucking getting this one, man. Already pre-ordered. It's going down.
You see the shit with Dante? No, Nero's arm.
Yes,
that shit looks fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You surf on it and shit and fuck people up.
It's fucking wild. Well, I mean, the thing that convinced me that this game was going to be good was actually, I think it was Dante picking up 2 Harley Davidson motorcycles, one with each hand, and then using them to shoot people.
The fuck?
And, it's a fucking wild ass Japanese game. It's kind of Bayonetta, Resident Evil-ish, you know, but like.
Made me think of like that scene from Desperado when he picks up the fucking guitar cases and their fucking machine guns and shit.
Yeah, man. It's going to be fucking wild. I'm going to stream it out. And back in, I don't know, on the PS2, when the first DMC came out, I had never seen no fucking shit like this ever before with being able to shoot and then slash with great weapons.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
I mean, it's a great franchise that definitely fell off with a couple titles, but it seems like it's back in a major way. Was
it Paradise Eve that had like the first kind of... they had like it was an RPG feel, but
Parasite Eve,
yeah, Parasite Eve, that's what it was. Where it was an RPG, but you still can like control the characters and like do smash and slash type moves and shit.
Yeah. Wait, did they make Parasite Eve HD edition or no?
Probably
good fucking question.
I played that game a long time. It was on the PS1.
Yeah, I was taking it back.
Is that on this the shitty ass classic mini, whatever the fuck it is?
No,
no,
I don't think so.
More of an obscure game. I don't know a lot of people that played it. Yeah. Just like the first Xenogears. That game was fucking great though. First was pretty good too though.
Okay.
Have we ever had that as an Ask B than BTI question? Like, what old school game would you like to see remake into a new modern game?
Oh, I think we've had that question like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I think we've had it a few times.
But I mean, but there's so many games though. There'd be a ton of games that could be made.
That would be a hard list.
Someone said Dino Crisis. I was
Dino
like,
Crisis?
What? Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of remember that.
Well, aren't they bringing back like Battletoads? Aren't they remastering that?
Yeah,
they did that EA. Oh, not EA.
That's Rare.
E3.
Yeah, Rare. I think Battletoads is later this year.
I don't want any part of that.
That game was frustrating.
You still mad? Yeah.
That fucking jet ski level.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's even more fucked up is that's like the second to last level.
No, the jet ski one.
That was at the beginning, bro.
No, that was like level 3.
No, there's one like you have. Oh, because there's another one.
I watched.
There's one right before the
one
end.
of those YouTube videos about like, someone beat Battletoads, and there was like, there's a level with like snakes that are coming through walls, and you gotta. I was like, I wouldn't even been able to handle that at like fucking 12 years old.
You never beat that game?
Hell no. You lying if you beat it.
Of course I beat
you
it.
didn't beat shit.
The one game.
Of course
lying.
I beat it.
The one game I never.
I'm a real gamer.
When I was younger, the one game I could never beat was the fucking Ninja Turtle game on fucking PlayStation. Only reason why
I beat Ninja Turtles.
Yes, on
I beat
NES.
that one.
On Ninja Turtles. Only reason why I beat it because I have a Raspberry Pi and I installed like the Game Genie modulator on there where I get infinite life. I've never got past the part where you go underwater and you gotta like unlock the bombs and shit like that.
I would use Raphael because Raphael had no reach with his weapon, so I was like, "You're gonna be my swimmer." When I would use Donatello and Leonardo because they had longer reach with their
Yeah, but like and after that you go to like some fucking like army base and stuff like that going around.
You
like
go up in
dude.
space and fight Shredder and then Krang. Yeah, I was pretty proud of myself for actually beating that one. But I want to see you beat Battletoads. You talking shit? I'm putting out a challenge. I need to watch.
I gotta get it. I gotta find it. But
you ain't never beat that shit.
No, I beat it, dude. It was a hard ass game, but I beat it.
I'm pretty sure. Did I beat it? I beat a lot of games back in the day, but I gamed a lot. I'm pretty sure I beat that one. There wasn't too many games as a kid that I didn't beat. So.
You know, since we're talking about games, I kind of take the wheel here. I want to talk about because I know Stitch played the game, but Ace Combat 7 that came out on the consoles. Like I finally started playing it. And you know what? I love the franchise. I've always been a big fan of it. Like I bought a PlayStation, or no, sorry, I bought an Xbox 360 just because they stopped making XCOM for the PlayStation. They were only making it for the Xbox exclusively, and I brought an Xbox just so I could play that game. But yeah, I've been playing it and I've been liking it. It's a lot of fun, like seeing all the cool graphics and stuff like that. But I actually have a problem with the game.
Ooh.
I feel like they're recycling the storyline.
There was a storyline for that game?
That's where.
There's a storyline where
Flight sim?
yeah, so
I'm
there's
just
like
sorry.
there's like little like cutscene stuff that happens, but like the missions are I feel like they're the same as like a previous Ace Combat game. Like maybe
It's not a port though.
No,
it's like a.
I don't
it's
believe
like,
it is.
It's the sequel to a previous game.
Well, it's called Ace Combat 7, not a remake.
Yeah, because
Okay.
6 was on the PlayStation. 5 was on the Xbox.
Look, we just talked about 2 different versions of Resident Evil 2. So
yeah,
I mean,
so I mean, it's not a port because I mean originally it was on the PS3.
Okay.
But this is the first time it's been on the PS4. But it's supposed to be a new game. But I feel like the storyline's the same fucking shit. Like it's really weird. Like there's a scene where you have to stay like down into the ravines, like underneath the clouds, because if you go up too high, there's like a radar that will spot you and it will shoot missiles towards you. And I feel like that was in like a previous game as well of theirs.
There's only so much you can kind of do.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
All right, on
I
this
mean-
mission, we're going to take out 27 land targets.
Yeah.
All right, you got to stay low. Oh, you can't fire anything until you get here, and you'll just have bad weather, and your airplane will start stalling out and shit. So you do kind of have the same mission types, and essentially, all right, there's some super weapon we need to take out, and it normally involves you flying down some fucking
crazy
missile
ass tunnel and shit.
turret or whatever, and then getting in there and then battling something and then getting the fuck out. I mean,
overall, I mean it's a fun
it's fun.
game. Yeah, I've been fucking people like fucking shit up. Like
You gotta get PlayStation VR, man, and play it.
I know I want to. Like
Yeah,
I
that
almost
looks like it'd be
I really
fun.
want to just because just playing the game in VR would be fucking dope. But
They're pretty
like
cheap right now, aren't they? I mean, cheap. Depends on how much.
He's like,
well, the cool thing about
$250, right?
yeah, I
like
think
that?
the cool thing about the PS4 like VR is that you don't have to have like the light towers up and you don't need to have like a lot of space room. Unlike with the Vive, you have to have like a certain amount of room to be able to move around. I mean, you can do like standing stuff, but some games aren't standing.
You can get at Walmart right now for $200.
I'm going right now.
Yeah, I mean just the base one.
Yeah, but overall, I'm enjoying the game. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of a throwback to kicking ass and jet fighters and shit like that. And I like how they have like the upgrade, the plane tree, how you can like buy a plane and you can buy like upgrades to them. Yeah. Except that it took me a while to realize that was fucking what was going on. So I didn't know about the plane tree until like maybe mission 5. And I was like, oh, let me see what this plane tree is about. And I went in there, I was like, oh shit, I can buy fucking planes. Like it wasn't like something that they let you know that you can actually upgrade your plane.
you can customize it pretty decently.
Yeah, and then like
cool.
I guess you get like call signs and like badges and stuff, but you only can use those when you play online. You can't use them in game.
Yeah,
which
online is pretty legit.
You've played
it's
this
tough.
too?
Yeah,
Okay,
I beat it and it's fun. I mean, I was talking with Blue about it. I don't really ever cared about the story. I'm just like, all right, next one up, next sortie.
Yeah, right.
And then I'm in the plane like, who we shooting?
Only reason I listen to the mission brief is just to like figure out what kind of special missiles I need to use.
Yeah, do I need air to ground?
Yeah, that's all I do. So the plane right now I have its special missiles is a laser and shit, so I can like fucking blast planes from like hella far away. It's kind of dope. But yeah, overall it's a fun game.
Good shit. There's some Suicide Squad 2 news that just.
Oh yeah, I saw that today.
Will Smith got the fuck on out of here. And
this is your movie, though. This is your
look. I enjoyed some things about this movie.
some things.
Yeah.
You rated it pretty high. If I
What did I get? Did I give it an 8?
I think you
No,
probably.
I didn't give it no 8.
You said it was the best movie soundtrack at the time.
It was a great movie soundtrack. I stand by that.
Yeah, okay.
There was hits on there.
Had Harley
Purple Lamborghini.
Harley hitting things with a bat, and just one killing things with a bat.
Harley was one of the best parts about it.
You know,
Yeah, she was.
She does that in the comic too. You know that, right?
Yeah. How you gonna hate on Harley on that? Harley was one of the best things. Like you can hate on something.
They were shooting people with ARs and M4s, and these things are eating bullets, but Harley just hits it with a bat and it just drops.
Because she's Harley.
That's how it is in the comics, though.
Yeah,
That's comics accurate.
Dude, you know that Harley in recent comics took out Batman and Wonder Woman.
She fucking died in goddamn Injustice League. Yeah, and she fucking was in hell with what was the chick's name?
I can't remember. But yeah,
She was
but
some
came
goddess,
back.
and she
Yeah.
killed a devil and was re-erected. Spoiler.
Resurrected.
But I was like, resurrected, yeah.
Resurrection.
Harley's OP.
Yeah,
we love
she
her.
is super OP.
We just fucking love Harley.
But go ahead, yeah.
I'm just saying, for Suicide Squad 2, which Harley will definitely be in, Will Smith is out, and we're getting Idris.
Are we getting? Is the Joker in this? Or
That's a very good question. It ain't gonna be that Leto Joker.
So-
Gonna forget
so-
about
It
that
ain't gonna
whole-
be a Leto.
So Harley Quinn was the best thing about Suicide Squad. Joker was the worst thing about Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Or maybe that Croc.
Oh yeah,
That Croc was pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
Talking making BET jokes and
Yeah.
shit. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was fucking bullshit.
In case you didn't know, I'm black.
Yeah.
I'm making a BET joke.
Ugh. and then the wannabe Human Torch or whoever the fuck he was.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, it had
Oh, the
problems.
tattoo dude.
Yeah, it had some problems. But
Actually, I don't know. I mean, Enchantress was cool, but then when she was summoning demons, she was twerking and shit. I was like,
having a
what?
seizure, bro.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on over here?
I don't know. I low key thought that shit was fucking hot. when she was all, when that character was all dressed in black and all dirty and shit.
mean,
that shit.
I can't
Turn
tell
me
you
on.
why that chick is hot. I honestly can't.
I
Sometimes-
can't
but
either.
Sometimes she looks hot. I'm just like, I don't
she
get
looks
it.
like she would do almost anything, though. That's what
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
That's kind of hot too, though.
Yeah. But Idris, I mean, first of all, look, the MCU failed with him in terms of like utilizing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really should have been like a bishop or something like
Of
that.
course.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
they didn't have the X-Men then.
But there are other characters, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
He could have been a lot of things, you know. He really could have been.
But I mean, he's in a few MCU movies.
What else is he in besides the Thor and Avengers?
That's about it.
It's the same character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
the same
what the
character.
fuck?
But
Well, you
it's
know-
not like he's in multiple different. He's in a few of them versus like Will Smith's only in one Suicide film, and he did what he wanted to do. Really.
Well, then,
He
like,
could've
a lot
bowed
of-
out,
A
but
lot
he
of
stayed
people,
with it.
a lot of people in like that do comic book movies. They'll portray one character and then do another character and be great at it. Like
Human
Michael B.
Torch.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Human
he was
Torch.
really good, or he was shitty in Fantastic Four, and then he's like really good in Black Panther. And the same for
Captain America.
yeah, same for Captain America. Same situation with him. We had who else was it? I was gonna say the guy who did Batman, Matt Damon. Is it Matt Damon?
No,
No.
Affleck.
Ben
Ben
Affleck.
Affleck.
Yeah, because he was Daredevil,
Yeah.
and then he did Batman, but both of those sucked.
Michael Keaton as Batman and then as the Vulture.
Was
He did
Idris in
But he was good
Pacific
at both
Rim
of
2,
those.
or no?
Was he in?
No, he's dead. He died in the first movie.
Okay, I
Yeah,
couldn't
he's
remember.
What are you talking about?
It was Idris in Pacific Rim 2.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of what
great. No, it
movies
was
he was making.
Boyega, actually.
Yeah, it was Boyega.
I need to go. I haven't watched 2 yet.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks
He's
good.
okay.
It didn't make a whole lot of noise, you know. And I liked the first one, kinda.
It seemed like Idris had a sort of a pretty busy schedule.
he's always working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were trying to get him to be a Bond and everything.
Yeah,
That ain't
happening.
happening. That ain't
No,
happening.
it's supposed to be some other white guy.
We need that.
Oh, yeah.
We should have our own Bond, or he should be. No, I don't think he could be Shaft.
That's what that's what I keep saying. Listen, people want to have black people replacing all these other white folks. Just make your own fucking cool ass character. Like just ripping off somebody else's fucking shit, making them some different color. No mean shit to me.
True.
I mean, I
You-
guess
Make a new character.
Usually, I'm right there with you. There's a few exceptions, though.
He would have been cool as Bond. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, look, like I said before, Momoa got white boy fucking Aquaman the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, yeah.
DC never used that character solo, and now literally I'm in Target, and the only thing I see is like Aquaman toys and shit
Well,
of Momoa.
It's still him in the comics. It's still the white guy.
Yeah, for
now,
now, for now, that is going to get it the fuck up out of here by probably the end of 19.
Well, I'm not sure if this was true or not, but I saw like there was something posted online about I guess some of the Girl Scouts did like
Yeah,
repackage
that's
some
true.
of their
Yes.
their Samoa
Damn.
cookies with Jason
Oh, yeah.
Mimosa on there.
yeah.
It's kind of fucking
call him
funny.
Jason
He's
Mimosa.
Mimosa.
Yeah. Sorry.
He been drinking.
He's a drink.
Yeah,
Call the other
champagne
guy.
orange juice.
I'm pretty sure a lot of girls think he's a tall drink of water.
Jason
the other-
Mojito, Jason.
Yeah, call the other guy. Eat his elbows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm on board with at least giving this a shot. There's no screenshots or anything like that, but I trust that Idris is capable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's more than capable. But this is another big news. This is a James Gunn film. Who was
right?
It's like,
He
who was
Esquimado?
publicly,
Guardians.
famously ostracized
Esquimado.
by Disney.
James Gunn gonna put his whole entire foot up in this.
What do they call it?
He gonna
in,
try to prove a
excommunicado.
fucking point to
What is-
Disney.
Yeah.
What is it called in John Wick when they get?
Excommunicado.
Yeah, he got excommunicado from.
Oh, he gonna
For
be
really a shitty reason. I mean, he made some bad jokes that were obviously jokes, but they were just
10
bad
years
jokes.
ago.
Yeah, and it's like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Disney got him out of there. He's a talented director. I don't think anybody's debating that. he's going to want to really show out. This one's going to have some fucking buzz to it. I'm going to tell you that right now. I forgot about Gunn being in it. You're not a Gunn fan. You're not a Guardians guy.
I love Guardians. I don't know what they plan on trying to do with this whole Suicide Squad movie too.
Because this could go a completely different direction.
Oh, it will. It will go a different direction.
I mean, Stitch, just think about it this way. I mean, we all shut on DC movies for like the longest time. And then all of a sudden, Aquaman came out.
Yeah, they got some credit.
Wonder Woman?
Whole different direction.
They have some credit.
Wonder Woman was the first one.
Wonder Woman too.
It'd just be
Wonder
interesting
Woman.
because I wonder who they're gonna because normally you would think they would revolve it around Harley, or some aspect of it, right? But now with Harley, essentially, there should be some sort of connection with Joker.
Well,
we don't know what's going on with Joker. I don't know. Just Harley by herself.
Well, the thing is, yeah, she's fine by herself. And the thing is, in Suicide Squad, she wasn't really that tied to the Joker. As far as the comics that I've read, is fine. And there's other leaders of the Suicide Squad as well. She's definitely not the first choice. There's there's Flag. There's that Katana chick. Even Deadshot leads from time to time.
Deathstroke too.
Yeah, and Deathstroke is another one. Actually, that'd be a really good storyline to have Deathstroke infiltrate because that's one of the storylines.
Yep.
He gets caught on purpose. So.
You know,
you
they
can do a lot of shit.
They could. I think they should do that just so that was it John Macalacalato or whatever his name is?
Yeah, he ain't been in shit.
Yeah,
you're right.
he's supposed to be dead or Deathstroke, but ever since the whole Batman vs Superman thing,
Nah, it was Justice League. He was at the tail end of Justice League, the teaser, and even though I love Deathstroke, I was like, man, this ain't gonna do it because ain't no more. They got Snyder to fuck up out of there. That's what it really was. But
they need to though. I mean, because all the films look the same. They're all way too dark. I mean, even Suicide Squad was the same way. It was the same feel of like the movie. It had a little bit more color, but it was just like they all seemed like fucking depressing for no goddamn reason. Yeah,
shitty writing as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. They went in a different direction, and James Wan was a great choice, and so was fucking Patty Jenkins. So,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that'll be interesting for sure.
So, are you looking forward to Captain Marvel or what's
I'm
going
not.
on?
I know you guys are.
Oh,
y'all on your knees,
Here
ready?
we
Oh, shit.
Why y'all already hating, man?
Yeah,
He
he been hating
Oh,
already.
I've never liked this character.
You put the bitch-made mask on.
Yeah.
Oh, I put it on.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did. Yeah, you did.
I'm neutral in it.
No, you ain't neutral.
I am neutral.
No, you.
What do you mean I'm not? Listen.
Wait, hold on.
You didn't.
Anybody not on his side is enemy.
No. I have a quote. You didn't say this looks like Guardians of the Galaxy before?
I said it could be. I said
you said it looked like
it has the potential to be Guardians of the Galaxy. Is what I said.
Nah.
Okay, rewind the tape. Find the tape.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
See, this is because
He's on that-
Cronus might have called out Prodigy on his Facebook post, so now he's all up in his feelings.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm telling you something that wasn't on Facebook at all. A lot of people said a lot of things about this movie.
And you said a lot of things.
But
Prodigy's
what I
on
was
that
talking-
whole get down, lay down thing. If you're not with him, you're against him.
Yeah,
That's how he's right.
What I was talking about though, about like the feel of it, it looks like a Guardians as like the actual look of the film.
You're still going with that then?
Yeah, as far as like the visuals go, yeah, it looks like a Guardians. Like if you look at the spaceships and shit like that, all the tech, it looks like a Guardian. I'm not saying it's gonna be as good as a Guardians film. That's what you're trying to get me to say. I never fucking said that. I'm saying it looks like a Guardians film because it fucking does.
I will say this: there are characters from the Guardians film in Captain Marvel.
Yeah, the shitty ass Ronin that nobody loved is in this.
Yeah, well, him
blue
and
guy,
the
right?
Yeah, he's all the crew.
Accuser.
Blue. Yeah, Ronan the Accuser, and then Djimon Hounsou. Is that how you say his name?
Djimon Hounsou.
Yeah, he's back in this as well, and he was in Guardians as well.
So okay, go ahead and make your claim and everything. Where you stand publicly, so we could just tear down your pyramid.
I've said this over and over and over again that this never looked like a good movie. It looked like the trailers were mediocre at best to me and to a whole lot of people, but whatever.
I'll concur with that. I don't like the trailer.
The trailers didn't set the world on fire. It never looked like an interesting thing. I don't think the character is actually very compelling.
I don't think so.
At all.
I can admit that. I mean, I don't think she's. That's why I said I'm very neutral in this. I think that she is not a compelling comic book character, especially at this point. Right now she's fucking trash in the comics, but we're going back in the past, which is fine. But I also think that they're going to make her be something that she never was in the comics. and that's going to be a super OP character, especially if she doesn't go to the realm of binary. If she doesn't become binary and she's like whooping people's asses, that
Wait, she's gonna be like sexual neutral? Is that what you mean?
It's basically her version of Super Saiyan.
Okay.
So if she doesn't go anywhere near that level, then I just my fears are in this movie is that they're gonna set it up to be like this is gonna be the one person that can beat Thanos, and that is fucking bullshit. Thanos without the fucking Infinity Gauntlet would mud stomp her ass.
They've said and hinted at, very strongly hinted at that multiple times in interviews. I have not seen the movie. I've never said that I've seen the movie. But this feels like a lot like Green Lantern, way back in the day with Ryan Reynolds meets Supergirl. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
It almost seems.
And I'm not going to apologize for that. That's how it fucking feels. Now, some people online and whatnot, because it's becoming this political issue, if you don't like the movie, you hate all female superhero movies or all female movies, which doesn't make any sense given the acclaim that Wonder Woman got.
Well, it also doesn't make sense when you cherry pick shit from the internet.
Oh, yes.
The reviews are mixed for this movie.
It depends on. First of all, it depends on where you look. You posted something today about Rotten Tomatoes. You literally posted a screenshot of every single bad review, but meanwhile, it's certified fresh at 84% right now.
And on IMDb, it's 5.8 out of 10.
So on IMDb,
6 point something now.
it is now at 6.0.
Oh, I'm sorry. So that's a huge jump from 5.8.
Come
on,
with
now.
hundreds of thousands of
apologies
out there.
No.
So 5.8 to 6.0.
It is a 6.0.
Okay.
However, these reviews are by users. Now, to give you a comparison, there's only been about 11,000 reviews.
Back up a little bit. I said the reviews are mixed.
So, like I said...
Wait.
No.
I said the reviews are mixed.
Yes, you did. Are you going to let me finish?
No, because you fucking interrupted me, goddammit.
Okay,
Like,
fine.
the fuck?
The fuck?
I said the reviews are mixed.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah. it's
After
like-
I finish.
Yes. There are some on Rotten Tomatoes, 84, 83. On IMDb, 5.8 to 6. Right now. On Metacritic, about a 6.6.
6
That
6.
sounds like a mixture of about average when you look at it in its totality.
If you
So,
can,
I mean,
I'm gonna
you
give
can mix that
so
however
I'm
you
gonna-
want,
No,
but
I'm not going to mix
that
it
is
up.
that
I'm gonna
is
show
nothing. That is nothing like across the board for the most part a 90, 95% or something like that, like you had for Black Panther, or Spider-Verse, or anything else.
No.
It is not a overwhelmingly favorable review
So
across the
I'm
board.
gonna,
That's
I'm
all
gonna,
I'm saying.
I'm gonna walk it back a little bit.
Go ahead.
So you are talking about IMDb again, where I'm gonna go back to, where we're at this. So Stitch, can
like
you
I was
see
about to
this?
say, all 5 of us in here right now could rate this film.
Without
Whatever the hell
even
we
having
want to,
seen
with
it.
no verification of if
And-
we seen it, saw it, seen it,
And
or
some
not.
people have seen it.
Well, the thing
Some people
with,
There have been. There have been.
I
there
want
have
to
been-
hold on.
people saw
I'm
it.
gonna look.
there have been-
I've
on-
already to
on
give
Rotten
you-
I
Tomatoes,
know people
though.
who've seen it.
I'm
on
gonna
Rotten
give
Tomatoes,
you-
though, it's like reviewers. It's not the audience isn't scoring it yet.
No, not
Right.
yet.
Correct.
Why is that, Blue?
Because it isn't out yet.
No, that ain't it. That ain't it.
It
Fuck
is.
you.
Yes,
The
it is.
reason, the
Yes,
re-
it
no, no,
is.
no, no.
Yes,
Shut the
it
fuck
is.
up.
Yeah,
The
fuck
reason,
you.
goddamn
Fuck
it, the reason is because literally Rotten Tomato for only this movie.
No,
No, that's not accurate.
That's not accurate at all.
For only this movie,
No.
Rotten Tomato said we're gonna shut down the users.
no,
That is not
That is
accurate.
wrong.
When did they do
Because
this before?
They've done it
no,
before.
When did they do it before?
I'm pretty sure they did it for Black Panther.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they
Pull it up
did.
then.
This
Pull
is
it
the
up for
thing.
Black Panther.
I'm
did
going
they
to tell
do
you
it?
no because they also did this for Star Wars Episode 9,
Yeah.
which was being negatively reviewed, which isn't even out until
They
December.
did that after this.
No,
They did
they
that
did this
after
at the
this.
same
They did
time.
that after
Same
this.
time.
I want to go back
Same
though
time for
before
both films.
before we
it's
went on-
not because of this film. It is for both. Captain Marvel and Episode 9, people were trolling and leaving bad reviews for a movie that wasn't even out yet.
before we got on the whole rating aspect of it. It seems like though a lot of the criticism that you have for it is similar to what people had about Venom before Venom came
How
out.
so?
Where they just didn't. It's how can this character be this without Spider-Man and being involved with the film? They're trying to make Venom into something he's not, with him being an anti-hero and blah blah blah. It seems very very similar, and we all were hesitant. And I think we all almost flip-flopped a little bit on what we thought Venom was going to be initially when we saw it. When we initially saw the first trailer, heard all
Some
the
of us,
news,
not all.
there's no going to be Spider-Man, and all of a sudden when we saw it, we're like, you know what, this actually was really good, and it was getting shitty reviews, right?
It was getting.
I gave it a
shitty
shitty review.
Yeah,
I gave it a shitty review.
I mean, for the
I
most
was
part,
disappointed.
For the most part, I mean, people.
The only thing for me
enjoyed
that
it.
saved that was Tom Hardy's performance. His performance saved it for me.
And
But
how would you
he's
have determined that if you didn't watch the film? Though?
I saw the film.
No, but
That-
if you didn't.
Oh,
watch
if I
the
didn't,
film,
I had to see it in order to give a rating.
Oh,
In
okay.
order to give my opinion.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Have I given a rating?
But
Oh,
I feel like
Have I given a rating?
You ever thrown a number
wait.
out there? You've done a
no.
lot.
Oh, I've given a rating. What was my rating?
You've been a
I'm sorry.
terrorist.
No.
I've given a rating?
Before
given a rating?
I'm gonna come
Okay,
back to
all right.
that.
I've given a
But
rating. Okay.
to give you
One-man campaign.
to go back
I've given a
to
rating.
Prodigy's IMDb, to give you, I guess, a little bit of perspective, Captain Marvel has a Metascore of 66.
That's what I just said.
Avengers Infinity War has a Metascore of 68,
Okay.
which is not a huge difference when you're looking at the reviews here.
Fair enough.
Now, the reviews for Captain Marvel on IMDb have been 11,000. Compare that to 590,600 some odd fucking votes.
So I've gotten
for-
double the amount of reviews
No,
for
that's
a movie that
more
hasn't
than
come
double.
out.
That's more than
Well,
double.
I'm just saying, more than double the amount of reviews by users and stuff on a movie that hasn't come out versus a movie that's been out for over a year, about a year.
About a year.
That's something wrong.
So
with
you're
that.
so you're saying that I'm just trying to make sure I'm correct on this. You're saying that the movie is probably much better than what we're seeing there. Is that what you're saying?
No, what
no,
I'm
no.
saying is that less people have seen this movie to give their opinion or rating on it as of yet. Versus you saying, I just find it hilarious. Oh, quote, I have just find it hilarious because y'all are blind to it being a stinker simply because it's an MCU and has a female lead. It's still a bad movie. Now,
How
would
is a
you-
bad
this-
movie?
So this
End
definitely happened during Black Panther. 'Cause I remember it happening because it was the
You have that quote?
Yeah, it's right here from Pace Magazine. It was they launched an update to tackle trolls following Captain Marvel and Black Panther reviews bombing. I remember this happening because white nationals were going on and giving in negative reviews for Black Panther. So it's more than just that too. It's happened before.
Yeah, I think they did it for like Wonder Woman 2 and some not
I'll
Wonder
talk about
Woman, Woman also and some other movies.
Yeah.
I remember them blocking like the individuals' ratings of the movie just because people were going there and kind of giving it bad reviews. I think for
it's-
Justice League 2 they did that.
Well, it happens especially when the movie hasn't come out yet. So you can't tell me that. I find it hard to believe that 11,000 people have watched Captain Marvel yet and that are willing to give reviews. That to me, that's bullshit. But the same thing happens with other movies. Like before the movie comes out, they'll rate the movie poorly when they literally there was no way they could have watched the movie.
Yeah.
Same
That's why
with
they do it.
Star Wars Episode 9 is the one that baffles me, that people are already leaving negative reviews, so they had to disable that. 'Cause that movie's not even out till
So there's
December. We
there's
haven't even
two-
had a trailer. We have literally 3 screenshots.
There are two things. There are user reviews and then there are critic reviews.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? There are critics who have seen it,
Yes.
and there are some that have given negative reviews. Is that correct, or is that
I can never trust
Yeah,
critics.
nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
when I say mixed reviews on the critic side, is that completely inaccurate?
But when you say it's a bad movie, that I'd have to say is inaccurate.
Hold on. Is the hold on.
83% I don't consider mixed.
Yeah. Is the Metacritic reviews? Is that user reviews or
Those are critics.
critic reviews?
Those are
Critic
critics.
reviews.
66.
So it's getting the same number as Infinity War.
Close to. It's
Pretty much.
by 2.
Yeah.
By 2. Versus you
Wait,
outright saying it's a
hold
bad
on,
movie.
hold on.
Well, he
For,
said-
for
he
the
said mixed.
for the Metacritic, yes, that is similar. For the Rotten Tomato, I thought that Infinity War got better reviews for the critics.
I
Definitely Black Panther did.
I'm
Definitely
looking at-
Spider-Verse.
I only looked at percentages, not how what
I
the
thought it
critic
was
score
certified fresh at like 90%, 92%,
Oh
or
yes,
something like that.
Yes, but Infinity War is 85% fresh.
After way more critic reviews.
Still 85. Still sitting at 85%.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. So I'm actually looking at the Metascore for this, and it's 65 reviews, whereas what was it? Rotten Tomatoes is over like 130.
Yeah.
And this one, it's 29% positive. I'm sorry, 29 positive, 19 mixed, and then 1 negative. So
When
I
I
mean-
say mixed,
yeah, I got you. I got you.
that,
But
that seems fair
But
to
I
me.
just want to be clear that there's still more positive than mixed, or there's hardly any negative, which is good, I guess. So I mean, it's still got a chance.
because you are throwing neon signs around every negative review that you've seen and reposting.
I'm just trying to help people.
You're
Oh, this fucking guy.
I give information to the people.
Yo,
I don't lie to them.
Hate Venom.
Lying on the mic to
It's
them.
also the
Yeah.
#1 most shared movie of 2019 on
Okay.
Metacritic.
Okay.
So
I don't know what I do with that
people
though.
are just sharing it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you don't share it if you hate it.
That's not necessarily
Well,
true.
apparently you do.
That's not
so,
necessarily
yeah.
true. Yeah, that's not necessarily true. So, Stitch, you've heard my diatribe and I guess clarification. This
Okay.
is your queen.
This is not my,
This is your queen. This ain't your queen.
okay.
When you've said over and over again that you love Brie Larson and gal ain't shit, this ain't your queen.
Well, one's a Oscar-winning actress. The other
This is your
is
queen.
just a one-hit
chick.
wonder, as far as I'm
One hit
concerned.
wonder. Okay.
So, in comparison with those as people, yeah, that's different. Now,
Well,
now how I handle this movie, I'll wait and I'll see. Like we've had this discussion before about how we'll wait till the movie comes out and we don't need to believe everything we see in a trailer.
Sure.
So I'll wait till I see. I mean, it looks interesting. There's some things I'm like kind of head tilted about, but when I'll see what I'm gonna watch for 2 hours on the screen.
Just a question. I don't care what you say either way, but do you think it's going to make more or less than Wonder Woman?
All right, so
In your opinion.
there's actually
opening
before-
week-
there's an Ask B than BTI question that's asking which one would you think will do better, Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel opening weekend?
What was the
Wonder
number?
Woman?
What
I
was
don't
the-
know what Wonder Woman's opening weekend
yeah.
was.
Oh, it was a lot.
Was it 100 something?
Because I don't the whole market thing where it's like, oh, was it released in China and this, that, whatever. That's
It can
a
mess
different.
things up.
Yeah, definitely.
So
screws me
US
up. So anytime I do one of these so-called predictions, I always try to just stick with American opening weekend.
Domestic.
So what did Wonder Woman open?
$100 million.
100?
Opening weekend?
Yeah, domestically.
Okay. Solid.
Let me think.
And it went on to make a shit ton of money.
Over 400 in domestically, and I think 800 something worldwide.
Made $1 billion?
No, it didn't make a billion.
I'm just talking about the
Well,
weekend.
400 plus 800.
What did Black Panther do opening weekend? Someone got like the IMDb
I
thing.
want
just
to
a
say
quick
that
thing.
did
I'm just trying to
200. I want to say that did 200
Let's see,
something.
200. I'm trying to think what was one of the more recent ones. Because this is going to do better than Ant-Man and Wasp.
While you're doing your math, I'm going to say probably somewhere in the ballpark of it could do 70, 75. You know.
So,
Black Panther opening weekend did 202.
God
million.
dang.
Yeah.
So
Wonder Woman did 100.
you have a bet going on Twitter, Prodigy, and you may lose your Twitter handle,
We'll see.
providing that this movie does well.
I think it will. You know what? Yeah, fuck it.
Like it
What
has
you
to
saying?
do. It has to do fairly well. Now your Twitter fingers may get you into more trouble the more you keep spewing your venom about Captain Marvel.
You said
I'm trying to help the people.
Prodigy
More-
said 70 million, right?
No, so
yeah, I'll go as
So,
north as 75.
the
I'll say
bet-
75 million.
no. Well, 75 this weekend.
Yeah,
Opening
so
weekend. Okay.
I can't give an answer.
No, I thought you were talking about your bet.
Oh.
Because your bet's between worldwide over 622 million.
Nah, I thought it was 7.
You were asking for 7. You're, I guess.
I can't remember. Okay.
I'm
but-
gonna
But still,
What are you gonna say, Stitch?
I'm gonna
Opening weekend.
opening weekend. I'm gonna go with 120.
It's going to be
120?
close. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Based upon the box office number, like where it's going to open up, it's going to be real close to Wonder Woman.
But it's just domestically.
Yeah, but it's opening in like
Opening weekend.
it's opening in 4,100 North American locations, whereas Wonder Woman opened up at 4,100.
Yeah, so
About the same.
Yeah, it's about the same.
So
So,
what-
it has the potential to make the same amount of money.
what do you guess? Your guesstimate?
I'm gonna say it's gonna make less, and the reason why is because there are gonna be people out there that are not going to like the movie based upon some bullshit. And those are the same people that are not gonna give that same kind of bullshit for Wonder Woman because she's more of a beloved figure in comic books. I don't think Captain Marvel was really a beloved figure at all at any point in comic history at all. I mean, she is a character, but she was gone for a long time. And anybody who wants to argue with me, you're a fucking moron because Rogue took her fucking powers and she was literally a non-issue throughout most of the 90s. So. I think most people that they don't have the same nostalgia factor as they do with Wonder Woman. She's way more of a better written character. She's just a more iconic character.
Yep.
So
well,
I
she's
think
more OG. I mean, she's been around longer.
Oh yeah.
So I think it'll make between like probably 75 and 80 million, maybe 90. So
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, there's a lot of like clashing over this movie, and I'm just like, seriously, it's just a movie. I mean, like someone pointed out that a lot of people are going to see it because this is the first MCU movie we're going to see before Endgame. So a lot of people want to see what's going on before then, which I get.
Well, she kind of have an important role because with Infinity War, it ended with Nick Fury
calling
paging
on
her. He didn't call her. He fucking paged her.
Old school paging. Yeah, I get it.
So what number? How much do you think they're going to make opening weekend?
I'm gonna say
domestically.
I'm gonna say opening weekend domestic 109.
109. All right. So for me, I'm gonna say it's gonna make 60 mil because I'm. The reason why I say that is because what did Guardians of the Galaxy do opening weekend?
They did quite well.
They did a lot. They did easily 100 million.
The first one?
Yeah, the first one because Captain Marvel. For non-comic book fans, I don't think people really know too much about her. I think it'll just be it will do well just because it's a female character.
Oh, actually, no, it didn't do that well. It did $94 million. But remember, it made more, I think, the next weekend.
Yeah.
Well, it was a surprise hit. That was the thing.
Oh, Ant-Man and Wasp made 75. So you think it's going to do worse?
Well, you had fucking Judd. Fuck, I always forget the guy's name.
I mean, honestly, it could do worse because I mean, Ant-Man.
New Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man has more of a history, more of a deep, rich history than Captain Marvel does.
Yep.
I mean, even though people have like not fun memories of him, of Hank Pym, he was still a character. You know what I mean?
He made Ultron. Goddammit.
Yeah. So,
I mean, yeah, a lot of people that I've been talking to, a lot of them are still kind of confused about the two Captain Marvels. So the DC Captain Marvel,
There's more than two. There's more than two.
Yeah, there's more than that.
Yeah.
But then there was when Carol was Miss Marvel at one point.
there's two in the movie.
Yeah, so there's like some people were like kind of weirded out about the past of the moniker. So they may or may not want to go see this, but there are people who are excited to see it as well. So we'll see. I mean, I know there's fans of the MCU that want to see it just to see what happens with the MCU.
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, there's definitely a legacy. The MCU in general has put out hit after hit after hit and has high quality standards, and they've exceeded our expectations time and time again. I'm just saying this doesn't feel anything like the buzz for Black Panther or Infinity War or even Doctor Strange or a lot of other things that we've seen out of Marvel lately. And yes, Venom and Aquaman were kind of surprising hits and made big money, and I get all that. I don't know about the feeling of this character without any other MCU superhero.
The Incredible Hulk. Actually, I'm not sure if this is domestic, but the Incredible Hulk made 134 million. I'm not sure if it's domestically though.
I think that's total.
I'm not sure it's open weekend.
Is it the terrible Ang Lee one?
No, I
think that's maybe
this
Norton.
is the one Edward Norton in it.
Yeah.
Well, because the Edward Norton thing is canon with the
it is technically, even though he's
that one wasn't as bad.
So what's the number for you that you would say it was a successful film?
I'm gonna call it Tree 50.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say if you're in the 800+ million worldwide at the end of your run, you've done well by recent superhero movie standards.
Okay.
So it has to make 800 million to be a successful.
Is it coming out in all these other markets? And
yeah,
all
I mean, it'll eventually. I don't know if it's week one in every market.
Hey, Guardians only made 333 million.
No, that's domestic.
Sorry,
that's domestic.
Okay, it's 773 million.
Yeah,
worldwide.
Yeah, but that was back in 14 or so. I mean, if you look at Venom, you look at Deadpool, you look at Aquaman and Black Panther. There's been some huge hits right off the bat.
But you can't expect every one of the MCUs to hit $1 billion.
I agree. I didn't say $1 billion.
I mean,
it's successful.
I mean, even if it made 300 million, I mean, the movie wasn't. If it made 300
worldwide,
million, maybe even more.
If it makes 300 million worldwide, this is an atrocious, fucking failure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how much was his budget? Like 150.
But marketing alone, you're talking about another 150.
Yeah. Worldwide numbers throw me off or whatever. I normally just stick with
China. Could love it. Yeah. China could love it and change the entire thing. They
could
overnight.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this last week. I didn't love Alita. I gave my review. China liked it and has been helping it quite a bit. You know what I mean? So It is what it is.
So, this Prodigy, a.k.a. Captain Marvel hater, a.k.a. Captain
that?
Marvel truth teller.
Yeah.
Who's that?
That does sound. You sound like a very neutral party in this
yeah,
whole.
Sounds like
fucking
a
thing.
brave individual. Where can I follow that man?
It sounds like someone who's been
Yeah.
backpedaling,
You've been-
moving goalposts to avoid all these L's he's probably about to
And he's
take.
been retweeting the same person over and over again. I don't even know who that clown
Wonder
is.
Gal?
Yeah, Wonder
Hashtag
Gal.
Wonder Gal on Twitter?
I think you are Wonder Gal. You wrote retweeting yourself.
She's just an informed individual
shit.
letting people know that truth.
You can't be giving your children fucking Twitter accounts and then just take them over.
Well, you know what's interesting is that Captain America, the first Avenger, it's only sitting at 176 million.
Yep.
That one,
Total.
remember, we didn't know much about this version of Cap back then either. But I will say, one of the other bullshit-ass things with this was that movie was called Captain America, the First Avenger.
Yeah.
And then you've seen in fucking shitty-ass trailers for Captain Marvel talking about before the Avengers.
Oh my god, did you? This is fucking awful.
What?
See, I try not to believe in sexism, right? But I'm reading the fucking the demographics for the reviews for Captain Marvel so far, and it's like day and night. Like,
So look at all the ones.
yeah, like
Look at Prodigy's ones even tossing.
like
I'm
if
doing
you look at males, like all ages, it's like a 5.8, but then with females, it's 7.7. And if you look at like 30 to 44, it's 5.5. And the same age group demographic with females is 7.7.
Well, Bree had some
And-
interesting quotes about white male nerds.
And I don't see how all these people watch the movie so far. This is like, I think it has over 18,000 reviews.
A lot of early releases, too. Or,
Fucking
Not
one.
that fucking.
I don't know how many. I don't know.
Sorry,
how
this is
many.
over. This
Should
is
be
over
11.
it's over 3,000, but I doubt that all these watched. Because listen, you have to remember, I've watched movies early, but the fact that first of all you had a chance to watch movies early, and the chance that you're also going to go online and then write about it early are very fucking slim. So when I see shit like 11,000 people writing a review for a movie that hasn't come out yet, I'm like, it's fucking bullshit. It's mathematically impossible.
At the same,
It's like
At the
taking
same
a
time,
true or
though,
false question
you're
and all.
telling, but at the same time, you're not saying that the critics have not seen this movie.
Well, there's
You're
not that
trying
many
to-
fuck critics.
Yeah, I know,
Critics
right?
definitely have.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm also like for the sites that have the most amount of critics that have reviewed this, it's at 83%.
And
That's one of the
You
sites,
can't
yes,
shit on
yes.
Rotten
I
Tomatoes.
agree,
for
I
shutting
agree.
down.
I
the
said
most
that.
amount.
But also, there are plenty of other reviews that are, like you just said on the what was it, the Metacritic one, that
Right.
add up to a 66
So
mix.
if-
I didn't say negative.
If
I said
we
mixed.
take that same number, it was 29 people, 29 critics that had that, right?
Okay.
That had a mixed reviews. If you go on to Rotten Tomatoes, there was over 130 people that reviewed that. All right.
Sure.
If you counted them as mixed, because on Rotten Tomatoes it's either yes or no, basically good or bad. But if you
I thought
took
they give a number score on Rotten Tomatoes.
but it's over a certain
Percentage.
amount, over a certain percentage, it's
Yeah,
fresh or
or
you know
rotten.
If you take those 29 people, very high likelihood is those same goddamn critics. And if you take them, it still would
You
be
think it's the same people?
yeah.
The same critics?
It should be. It's probably the same amount of critics. The crossover is probably it's very high.
Well, they list the critics.
Oh, do they?
by
We
name.
can go through if you
Yeah,
want.
they
but,
do this. The
but the thing is, the 29 out of 100 and something people, it's still right on 80%. So
Okay, we'll see.
Numbers don't lie. I don't know how math works in Prodigy's world.
The
but-
number
cause-
of critics is not fixed, and it's going to continue to go up.
Oh, yeah,
for
that's
sure.
true.
Yeah,
And
but the other
the
problem with Rotten
number-
Tomatoes is that like a lot of times the critics will review a movie and it'd be like they'll give it a bad score, but the audience review is a whole lot higher,
That
which
is-
is
Sometimes
and same
that
time
is-
the other way
sometimes
around.
that
But
is true,
sometimes
it is
they're
not.
Like
even
with
too.
Alita?
So.
This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
this is apparent that the trolls are fucking up the algorithm.
So y'all are going to see it and then give your review, right?
Yes,
I'm probably not
I
gonna
will.
say
I'm
You're not going to.
I'm not
So
gonna.
you're
see
not
it opening
confident in it
weekend.
then anymore.
I'm not gonna see it. I give it a $60 million. I'm gonna wait till next week.
I've got a toddler and shit to do.
I got you.
So I mean, unless I'm going to watch it without K-Mac, which she'd be mad if I did that. So I can find other means to watch it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm gonna see it tomorrow night, but I'm going with other people as well. We made it a group thing. Actually, one of our friends in the podcast, a semi-correspondent, Kwan, he actually worked on part of this movie, so he's really excited to see it. So he was saying, "Let's go see it." So I said, "Sure, I will help you and support you in the work that you did. Plus, I am interested in seeing how this movie turns out.
Did Quan also work on? He worked on Bumblebee, right?
What was that?
Did he work on Bumblebee?
Yes, he did. And
Bumblebee was such a good fucking Transformer.
He was,
movie,
and he was.
You know what though?
He encouraged me to go see it.
It made less money than every single other Transformer movie.
It was really good. Though.
Another problem with that's the thing. In my opinion, that was probably the best Transformer movie ever produced.
I agree.
All the other Transformers movies fall to the wayside compared to Bumblebee.
I concur.
I'm not arguing against you with that. It's just funny that they have in that franchise several movies that have gone over $1 billion, but they've been trash. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But I think it's like fatigue. You know, because all the movies, basically fatigue. All the movies were like the last one, like the last Warrior or Soldier or something like that.
Last Night.
It was so fucking bad. It was.
And I give
shit. It was so bad. I tried to give them
the benefit of the doubt, but I wanted to leave halfway through. I'm like, this is garbage.
Like my inner childhood was fucking crying when I was watching that goddamn movie. I was like, this is not my Transformers.
What stabbed me in the heart is when I saw Hot Rod, because he's probably he's like my favorite Transformer. And when they showed what they did to him, I was like, I want to burn the screen down.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is bullshit.
I'm glad I fucking bootlegged that shit.
Was y'all? It's ma'am.
No, it's worse than that.
Did you know that
they made him French? I'm just kidding for anybody.
It's man person made a fucking
music video. Yeah, he's a rapper, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey,
ma'am. Oh,
wait,
is a rapper.
The GameStop chick?
Yes.
Guy, him, she?
Made a diss track.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, we got.
I have not listened to. Ooh, we should do a react.
In the best ma'am voice that they could do.
Nice.
It was very baritone.
So, how do I come in the store try to buy a game? You call me Mister, and I'm a ma'am.
I see a lot of people in the chat talking about how Prodigy probably should, reserve Venom for actually reviewing the movie if he sees it, other reviews of people who have actually seen it instead of spewing all kinds of fucking bullshit all over.
Share information?
Share what information?
He's not gonna let
digital vomit?
Why would he let logic get in the way of his argument?
You know what?
Have fun. Enjoy your movie. Celebrate your queen, right?
She's not my fucking queen.
Well, I mean, listen, if
enjoy yourself, bitches.
Right?
If you're listening to this podcast and you don't agree with Prodigy, it's fine. You listen to this podcast for our opinions.
Yes, you do.
Whether they're positive or negative, whether we get arguments or not, it's entertainment, and thank you for listening. So, obviously, we disagree on how the movie's gonna go, but it's fine. So,
damn it. Looks like
let's
trash.
see. Yeah. Oh, looks like trash.
So is there going to be an apology publicly?
That's what I'm asking you. You never gave a number.
That was not a question.
Never noticed that you never gave a number.
That wasn't a question.
No,
that wasn't a question.
What did I say? I thought he.
Yeah, I wrote it down. So you gave it one. So Stitch gave it 120.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Stitch has the highest at 120. Then Onija has 109. Prodigy and Kronos are 75-90.
Now, if it makes 115, don't be like, oh, you need to bend the knee.
I honestly don't think that opening numbers will tell the whole story. I think they're out of more curiosity. I think the second and third week are going to tell the story of whether this is
because there's been a lot of movies that they have like really high box opening weekends, and next week dropped at like 70% or some shit.
I think there's so many factors that go into that. It's hard to pin it on that actual movie.
We're talking about the total worldwide return.
Well, it depends on when it drops in other markets. It depends on what movie comes out the next following week. And
there's a lot of variance.
Let me pin you down. If this makes less money than Venom or Wonder Woman
worldwide
at the end of its complete run, is that successful to you?
You're taking extremely high profitable movies and trying to say if it fell below that it's a failure. It wouldn't be a failure.
Okay.
I think
Deadpool, which was in the 700s. You don't want to answer.
No, like I said before, I don't know how it works. I don't know when it's supposed to be dropping all these other markets.
So superhero origin movies, I'm naming them, and all right.
Okay, well, so Wonder Woman and Aquaman both did over 800 million.
Yes.
World total box office.
I was trying to help and bring up the opening weekend schedule, but they don't have it out yet. I can't tell what country is going to open in.
That's why I try to just randomly not spew out shit without thinking about it.
And on top of that, Captain Marvel has maybe 3 to 4 weeks before another superhero movie drops.
Yeah. So what? That's what good thing about comparing it.
Comes out?
Shazam which is early April.
Yeah,
now, are you hating on that?
I'm doing some homework on Shazam.
Okay.
Because
So
I'm not feeling it right now.
So basically, we'll have
waiting.
2 Captain Marvel movies.
So at first, I thought Captain Marvel would probably do better than Shazam, but the recent trailer that just dropped for Shazam kind of pushed Shazam a little bit higher than Captain Marvel.
I'm
Kronos,
seeing
get
they're
in
having
here.
like parties in Brazil.
I might have fucked up here. Okay. So apparently, Captain Marvel is already released in certain countries. The UK is one of them.
English-speaking country that could have done some of the voting. I'm just.
Yes. Hey, I'm
Is
being,
that probable or
Okay.
not? I mean, y'all joking.
When did it? When
I'm
did
being
it?
totally honest.
Yeah.
I could have just fucking not said shit.
I know. I appreciate the honesty.
So, but there's no numbers released yet.
No, he's saying it was released in certain markets.
There's no like box office return on this yet.
That may
Number-wise,
be
yeah.
that may be concealed for a few more days. I
It
don't
said it
know.
premiered. I don't know if it's actually opening weekend though, because it said it premiered on the 27th, but I don't know if it had a full opening weekend.
Okay, maybe it didn't. Maybe it
So,
had a day or so.
Maybe
I don't
that's
know.
why. Because
So
yeah,
it
select
could have been
theaters.
just like advanced screening and
That's
only
what-
showed like.
We're
Two
talking about a
screens.
Marvel movie worldwide. I'm sure there were some advanced screens. I know some people who have seen it already. You know, on low level, not top critics or whatever. In any event, it's out tomorrow. If you want to see it, you know,
Well,
do what
yeah.
you need to.
Well, I guess midnight
Midnight?
East Coast time tomorrow. But I'm seeing it I'm seeing it 8:30, which is, you know.
All right, we've been on
I'll
this.
consider it a success if it goes over 100.
yeah. I don't think that. So
opening
it said it premiered, but I don't think it was like I don't think it was in a bunch of theaters.
It might have been like just the premiere
Like
for
a
like
red
the
carpet
cast and crew
thing?
red carpet premiere.
Yeah, because then it was screened on the 4th, 2 days ago. So I know a
like
screening definitely
Tuesday?
isn't like.
So I would
Yeah.
say the
I don't
movie,
know how many
I would consider a movie a success if they double their budget. So the budget was like 100 million, and it make 200 million. So they got to make their
Okay.
money back plus double that.
Okay,
So,
I will put one caveat in there though. With certain blockbuster movies, the marketing is often double the budget,
yeah, I guess
the
so.
production budget. But I hear where you're coming
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
That's a good barometer. Hold on, let's switch it up a little bit, man. God
So
damn it.
wait, you want to? I mean,
I was gonna say about Arrow. You like
we're-
Arrow?
Well, we're about to touch on that and a few, but it's
Oh, here
just
we
weird
go.
to me.
We going back
about-
to Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, for someone who has this pinned on their profile, the fake hype train quote, the fake hype train for shitty ass Captain Marvel begins, I guess. So many cucks on their knees, ready to suck Carol's meaty, veiny cock. End quote.
That's a pretty good quote, though. I mean,
Damn.
unbiased and
That doesn't sound yeah.
I mean,
It sounds super
Going into this with an
unbiased.
open mind, I see.
Yeah.
I'm literally being presidential with my helpfulness.
Oh, so you got your Big Mac and your fucking
And your Chick-fil-A's.
yeah already, huh?
I'm a man of the people, man.
Because you know that's a presidential now, right?
That fucking fool.
Yeah, grab out the pussy. I'm just.
Oh my God! All right,
Oh, shit.
Arrow, big news.
Yeah,
Old Ninja, this
man.
your show.
Yeah, I mean,
And
actually,
Stitch.
I would say
Weren't
this
you
is me and
screaming this
Stitch.
was like fake news like 2 weeks ago? Where you're like fake, fake.
I was.
Was that what did I remember?
That was me.
Was,
That was me. I was screaming.
Stitch
fake
gonna
news.
call everybody out. Damn.
remember this shit.
So
Somebody's got to hold people accountable.
I will say this: people were saying that it was going to end this season.
Kronos was saying that it was supposed to end. You kept interrupting him saying
Yeah.
fake.
Well, say-
Don't be changing the facts.
So yeah, it was announced.
What had happened.
Yeah, it was announced today that Arrow will have a 8th season next season.
Okay.
It'll be only 10 episodes, and it'll be the final season of the show. So
It's time.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually a very bittersweet for the show because, like, how many superhero shows? This has been on longer than Gotham,
Yeah, for
which
sure.
has been
It hasn't been longer than Smallville. I'm just saying.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
true.
no.
I forgot about that. That
No,
was
no,
a
wait.
10
No.
year, 10, 12 year. How long?
Well,
Long
I think it was
fucking
12.
time.
I
Yeah.
think
No, so
Smallville might have been 12.
Smallville was on for 10 years, and they had a 11th season was comic book based.
Wow. That was a great run.
But let me just bring up something that we talked about last week. Because I remember I had mentioned that Arrow was going to go away, and somebody kept hollering and shouting fake
Groundhog's
fucking
Day.
news. But I walked to the bathroom, and I was waiting for this subject to come up and be like, I said that it was going away, and somebody's like,
Blue.
fake news, like Donald Trump.
Blue, we just covered this already.
It needed to be reset.
Once again, I was away. And I just had to say, somebody said fake news,
You know what?
Blue is right.
It's okay. Nothing lasts forever except for Prodigy's utter hatred of women.
Oh,
That will last forever.
Damn.
So true.
I'm hurt.
Damn.
But was it just Arrow that's going away, or is other shows
So
going
far,
away?
Arrow's been the official announcement that it was ending after its 8th season. So far, there's been no announcement about Supergirl ending or merging into Superman or whatnot. What has also been announced that the Batwoman...
Wait, hold on. You just threw out one quick... Have there been any, hinting at a Superman?
There's been rumors.
Yeah, so
Okay.
last
Alright.
week I had mentioned how there was rumors that Supergirl was going to go away and that Superman was going to replace her, and that Legends of Tomorrow was going to go away, and Arrow.
Okay, let me call bullshit on every single piece of that. There is no way, and I don't even watch all the CW shows right now, but WB ain't doing no Superman show right now. Like, they won't even give us a Man of Steel 2. There is no way in fuck they are doing a CW Superman show. If they did a Superman show, it would be on CBS or network television or something like that,
But
and they're still not doing that.
Supergirl has Superman on the show.
But he's not. He's a guest.
Yeah,
They're
but he's
not
still
doing that.
he's still on the show, so they can still. I guess.
Well,
Are
they
you talking about
could.
like rights wise or?
No. They absolutely have the right to do it. They will not.
Yeah. If anybody's wondering why won't they do that, it's because it makes way more even a shitty Superman movie will outsell a fucking TV show 100% of the time.
They think it's belittling.
Yeah.
He's above that.
He
is. I mean,
But all this like Superman shows have been pretty successful, like Lois and Clark,
Absolutely.
Smallville.
on network television it was for Lois and Clark.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But not Smallville.
it was not $1 billion fucking TV show.
Yeah.
In time.
No, not even in
over
time.
10 years.
I mean,
No, I don't. Actually, I don't know what the fuck numbers
And even
are.
Superman, that was a younger version.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Gotham is a younger version of Bruce Wayne, not the typical one that we're used to as an adult, full-grown superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right.
Batman came
I mean, we
out.
did that Lois and Clark. That is true back in the day, but that didn't last forever, and still
He's
it
like
just
maybe 5 or 6 seasons.
Terry Hatcher was so fucking hot.
yeah, she was.
Dude, I didn't know she was from fucking the Bay Area.
Really?
Is she?
Yeah, she
Sexy
graduated
ass.
from Campbell High or something like that.
Sexy
Okay.
ass Terry
No,
Hatcher.
she went to Deanza,
Wow.
Oh, okay.
San Jose.
In her day. Woo.
So yeah, but they're working on, which has already been announced and partially casted, is the Batwoman series, which has still not been picked up though. But
She's on a show, though.
She guest starred on what do you call it, on the CW or on the crossover. So when they did
Yeah.
Elseworlds, she was on that.
Yeah, I've heard rumors about... How did she do on there? Did you like her?
She was all right. I thought she
was
did all
alright.
right.
I mean, yeah.
It was better than I anticipated. I thought it was
Yeah,
going
that's
to be
true.
way worse.
I didn't like the fucking there's this one scene where it's like she's inside of like one of the Wayne buildings, like one of the corporate buildings. She's like on the top floor, and she gets on the elevator and she's like going down, but like the CGI was like really bad. Where you knew she was just standing there, but the background was just changing, and she was just looking all seriously into the camera. I was like, this just doesn't look fucking right.
So, Blue, as a Batman fan, let me ask you this. When you saw Batwoman on these episodes, did it automatically make you think, man, I wonder where Batman is in this universe right now?
Oh, of course.
Well, they talked about it.
Okay. Oh,
So-
explain it.
No,
really.
they don't. Yeah, they don't. They just say he's out.
gone.
He's gone. Yeah, it's basically all they say.
So he's missing.
missing,
and
yeah.
She says that Bruce left. They don't. She doesn't know why.
And he's been gone for a couple of months.
No, he's been gone for like 3 years.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He's gone for 3 years, and Supergirl eludes that she knows who he is without spilling that he's one of 2 people.
I feel like it was basically a they wanted to have Batman on the show, and they went with the
Best they
third
could
best
get.
thing. Because it's either Batman or Robin or fucking Nightwing or
And they can't do that
Batwing
because
or-
they have Titans. So they got
Yeah.
Robin and Nightwing on Titans.
Would you have preferred Batgirl over Batwoman?
yes, I would have preferred.
Seems like
no.
she's bigger.
Well,
to
no,
me.
Batwoman's
Batgirl is bigger. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
Batgirl is
Yeah,
bigger,
man.
but I don't know. But Batwoman's kind of cool, but the whole like lesbian thing is kind of I don't know.
Which they have on every single CW
Yeah.
show.
Oh, every CW show.
I think every CW show has that gay,
They do.
bisexual character.
Yes.
Like every
Everyone.
Black Dynamite? Not Black Dynamite.
The
Black
daughter.
Lightning?
The daughter is lesbian.
That's right. Yes.
Thunder is a
Thunder's
lesbian.
lesbian. That's right. That
Not
was
a
awesome
pussy.
thing.
That's a great beer.
God
And
dang.
they had to fucking nerf it this year.
I heard.
Same beer, but it's different
So
name.
I mean,
You need that name. That name is iconic. You know?
That's a good whore name. And when I say whore name, she was a whore. She was
yes,
a
yes,
prostitute.
Nope.
So I mean, this just adds to Arrow leaving, adds to the list of great shows that we're going to lose, like Legion. Apparently,
God damn.
after season 3 of Legion, that will be complete. Mr. Robot, which we knew was coming, which is we still haven't gotten the final season, which won't be out till the summer. But once
been
that
like
airs,
a
it's
year or
been a
so.
while because
Yeah.
he was doing Bohemian Rhapsody. But once that final season of
Fucking
Mr. Robot,
Oscar winning.
that's done too.
Grammy?
Yeah, you got to remember this with Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
Right on it.
He is now a bona fide movie star.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, when
Oscar
you get movies, yeah,
winning.
you
Oscar
want an Oscar.
winning.
When you get that movie star treatment, sometimes TV goes by the wayside.
Wait. So, even before he did that movie, they were talking about how Mr. Robot had a definitely
Oh, for sure.
finite ending.
For
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
It wasn't just because he's a movie star. They knew there was a story that they wanted to tell, and then the show was going to be over.
I hear you. I just don't think he's going back to any other TV right now.
Well,
too.
even
I think
with-
I think for him right now, TV is he's going on to bigger and better movies.
I see that.
Well,
Same
yeah.
thing with
Brie
Mahershala
Larson.
Ali.
Yeah, and Brie Larson.
Because he was just like a regular side character on a fucking House of Cards.
Oh yeah,
And
but
he
he's
blew up.
He's on everything
yeah.
now.
Yeah, but he kind of like fell off like season 5 or whatever. He was in it for like a hot minute,
He
and
was,
then
he was like the fixer guy.
yeah, but he was heavily featured seasons 1 through 4.
So y'all not fans of Kevin Spacey anymore? Yeah, that was your boy. No.
He was fucking bored.
Oh.
Had to throw him in
You
the
know what?
trash.
Yeah. I'm actually
In the
super.
trash pile with R. Kelly.
I mean, I feel.
Oh yeah, Kelly.
A whole bunch of motherfuckers.
I just feel betrayed by Kevin Spacey because he's a tour de force to watch, and to find out that he was doing fucked up ass shit is just disappointing.
Like if he'd have came out and just said that he was gay, I'd be like, all right, cool, welcome to the club. Everybody else is
But
gay.
these were underage.
But no, but
boys.
he's fucking little boys. Like
Yeah,
that's not
I mean,
cool at all.
Did y'all see the quote by Ian McKellen
No.
saying that these allegations, these attacks would not have happened if they had came out with him, referring to Kevin Spacey, Bryan Singer, and he listed someone else, where they're doing things to young men and trying to keep what they're doing in the closet. If they had came out,
Michael
then
Jackson?
they would have been able to find mates.
I disagree.
No.
You want to know why? Because
Yeah.
little kids can't keep secrets for fucking shit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. If you get
Damn.
you get somebody your own goddamn age and have sex with them, or somebody that's like at least of age, like what the fuck?
Yeah, you could be. They could have been fucking men in their 20s, and nobody would have had a problem.
Yeah.
Well, like look at what's it who's the guy that got caught in the fucking men's bathroom?
George
got
Michael?
George Michael. Like he was in the closet for like a long fucking time, and adults were able to keep that shit a secret.
and he didn't come out till he got caught.
how are we connecting the nexus between coming out and then with pedophilia?
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Old,
How are they
what I'm
connected?
saying.
old ninja.
This isn't me. This is Ian McKellen, and he was saying that their activities, they would have been able to. It'd been easier to find a compatible mate if they had been out.
Well, that's the
I
same
don't
with like
think
R. Kelly.
fuck
People
with
were
kids because they're having trouble dating.
yeah, like
Yeah.
people were saying like
That's
with
bad.
R. Kelly, like okay, you have a thing for like young girls. Why don't you just like fuck a midget or some shit like that?
What the fuck?
Yeah, like a lot of comedians were saying like, hey, R. Kelly, you should
those
be,
are jokes,
be fucking
though.
a midget. But no, like yeah, he could be fucking a midget, but he's still stuck with fucking kids like for years, like decades and shit.
Yeah,
It's
that doesn't make any sense to me. Listen,
it's a power thing.
I'll give you
Yeah, it's a power thing.
I guess insight into my sex life when I was younger. I didn't have sex till I was like fucking 22. At no point in my life was I like, oh, I'm in my 20s. I'm gonna go fuck a girl that's 17
Or
or
14.
16 because I ain't getting no ass right now. Like that never entered any sane person's mind fucking ever. Nobody.
Oh man. Well, I mean,
The only time is when you are 13, 14, fucking
yeah.
girls that are your same age in class.
Yeah,
You think about that. That's
yeah,
it.
That's different.
That's
yeah.
it.
yeah. And
Since-
and also, Bryan Singer was on a different level, hosting orgy parties
Yeah.
and
Pound drugs and shit.
assigning
tapes, too.
young boys to men.
Is he? But hold on, didn't he help produce Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yep. Actually, I
And
think
he's not
I
like
think
convicted of anything though.
No, I think he directed Bohemian Rhapsody.
Wow.
He's also
Such a good
produced,
fucking movie.
He's
Definitely
also
check it out.
producer on The Gifted.
God damn. All right.
Since we
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna talk about like underage sex. You guys want to? Well, I guess I think only me. Yeah, it's like we'll transition, but I think only me and Cronus watch Sex Education on Netflix.
Okay, that's a good.
Yeah,
segue.
see, you got segue.
I was like, bruh,
We
where the
talk
fuck you go with this shit? I was like, me and you in that? No, they ain't in the same fucking.
You should have led with that show though.
God damn.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody was dialing 9-1.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Checking RPs and shit.
Yeah,
Goddamn Blue's about to go to
Bryan
jail.
Singer did direct Bohemian Rhapsody. Damn.
Such a good fucking movie,
Well, now I
though.
can't fucking. I fucking bought it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Watch it for him.
Yeah, it's been
It just came out, didn't it?
Yeah, watch it just for
Yeah,
Rami
but-
Malek.
yeah, we
the
gotta
money goes
support
to Singer
Rami.
though.
Yeah, we got to support Rami Malek, though.
But the money goes to a fucking pedophile.
Yeah, he's got it already. Might as well still watch it.
I know, right?
It's the fucking dark world, man. Anyway,
Damn.
let's talk about some cool shit. Sex Education
On Netflix.
on Netflix is an excellent show. It's basically a combination between Big Mouth and Freaks and Geeks.
Oh wow.
In like the best possible fucking way.
It's like the high school version, because Freaking Geeks was like middle school. This series is more high school.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's nudity in it. I mean, obviously all the people that are in there nude are fucking of age.
There's not just nudity. The first 30 fucking seconds into the goddamn series, there's a scene with a chick fucking a dude. I'm like, whoa, this series
Like
already
strap
got
on?
no. It's a chick riding a fucking dude. Like her tits
okay.
and shit are hanging out. First 30 seconds, I'm like, best series. I already gave it a 10 when the shit came on.
It is. This show is so fucking dank. So first of all, Gillian Anderson is in this, and she plays a mom, and she is hot as fuck. She's got gray hair and still hot as fuck in this show.
She's AKA sex witch.
Yeah, basically, she's a sex counselor.
Yeah.
In the show, and she's a mother of a boy who's maybe 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, he's about that age. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a freshman in high school, whatever. Maybe a freshman or a sophomore, or something like that. But and it's really funny because like she's obviously like a sex expert, and she fucks dudes like all the fucking time. Doesn't give a fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, like she's basically a hoe, and like
Like kind of one of the running jokes is that like the guys the next day will be like they'll look for the bathroom and they'll just run to the son's room because
yeah,
his room is like right by the bathroom, so like that's like the first door to open and like, oh no, the bathroom's like next door to the left or something like that. But they're always wearing the same fucking. They're always wearing her like yellow fucking robe, which is it's classic. Like
This
every
is
time.
modern times.
yeah. But
Well-
it's weird though. So you watch
Yeah.
it, and you be like, "Is this the '80s?" Because they all dress like they're in the '80s.
Yeah,
Wow.
But
it
it's only-
seems that way.
Yeah, but it's only because like fashion in other countries is like way behind America.
That's funny.
So like you'll see like bright neon clothes and like weird
Like
fucking
old
shit.
school fucking like 10-speed bikes and shit. Like the one of the character where it's like you know like the scene from Back to the Future when Marty has like the kind of the red sleeveless fucking puffy jacket
Vest? Yeah,
thingy.
the vest.
Yeah, the vest. Yeah, it's some of the characters are wearing that. It's kind of weird.
Damn,
Yeah,
80s style.
but they have like fucking cell phones and
Smartphones,
iMacs,
yeah.
and they talk about like fucking Pornhub and shit like that. Like,
Oh.
there's one scene where the gay guy is watching gay porn with like this fucking super horny, skinny, want to get fucked chick. It's dude, this show is dank as fuck. It's
Besides
so
Gillian
fucking-
Anderson, any other stars I'd know?
So wait, you know what? You would like this
Yeah,
because
what's the main character?
that same nerdy skinny chick talked about she does fan fiction or maybe she does like a comic of tentacle rape shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's hella
shit.
funny. She has like all these alien fucking
Yeah,
comics
there's,
and shit.
there's
that
a
she writes.
fucking there's a fucking character that she writes about. It has
boy.
instead of arms has two fucking dicks, and the guy is like sad because he didn't know what he's gonna do with his fucking dicks.
I
for
can only
hand.
get so erect. This sounds like my fucking show.
It's
This
hella-
show is fucking great.
It's a lot funny too because usually on like almost every episode they introduce a new character.
Yeah.
And like when they introduce this character, like she's drawing and like in her head she's like saying all the lines, and it's about her like this dude trying to fuck with her with his arms and then like all these tentacles and shit. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? Because
Yeah.
you like never were introduced her until like the very beginning of an episode.
But kind of low key, man. I would fuck this chick, Lily. Or not,
Oh,
Gillian Anderson.
no, not Gillian Anderson, but
younger chick.
I'm just saying
The
I
dirty
would
chick?
fuck that.
yeah,
Dude, she might be the thirstiest chick on TV.
super
Love it.
fucking
Like,
thirsty, dude.
Like,
Like she just walks up to the dude, and be like, "Hey, you want to fuck? Like, I heard you were a virgin. You want to fuck?" Like she is down to lose her virginity
to anybody.
to anybody. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Damn it, I
She's
need
like, I don't
this.
like you. I just want a fucking dick. Like she literally says that in the goddamn show.
Oh,
I just want to fuck because I just want a dick
How many
in
episodes?
my pussy.
How many episodes?
It's only 8 episodes.
Oh man,
But they're
It's a good fucking watch.
marathon
they're
this
really
tonight.
good. And like the reason why it's good is because it's first of all it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And second of all, they tackle like some really serious issues.
Okay.
So there's one of the things I really liked is that the main character, he's also the guy that was Ender's Game, the main character in Ender's Game.
Oh yeah, the
Movie?
nerdy skinny guy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's grown up now, and so he's the main character, and his best friend in the show is this gay, like flamboyant black dude. But he's
It's like African or something.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
his parents are African, so yeah, the main character's straight though,
Okay.
right? But he has a thing where he can't even he can't even jack off. Like he can't jack
can't-
off. He can't bust a nut.
Like he tries and like even like, the scenes where they show him like jacking off, it's like some fucking like some trippy ass shit. Like he's in the bathroom like fapping and like all of a sudden he's like kind of. It's almost like the Big Lebowski when he gets like fucking high and he's like floating away and shit like that. And like before he goes between the girl's legs or whatever and Big Lebowski. But like right when he's about to hit that plateau, he's like I can't, and he like fades back and like comes back to earth or something like that. Dude, it's fucking it's a really good fucking series.
Like that shit's funny, but like the reason why he can't jack off is like really fucked up.
Yeah, it's
And like the shit that happens with like the gay kid is like really bad shit happens to him.
yeah.
Real life shit.
Like real life shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they mix in like some real life shit with like some serious comedy, and the hook of the show is that basically the main character, because his mom is a sex therapist, is that he basically knows all this, like most of the stuff that she knows,
Okay.
and so he ends up like helping kids in high school out that have sex problems, and so they end up going to him for like sex advice
Yeah.
and like other kind of like intimate advice, and then him and this other girl, they end up becoming friends, like making money off of basically him giving this sex advice.
Yeah.
I love the premise.
yeah,
This
it's really good
this
show.
fucking
Dude,
works,
it's-
man. I'm
it's
sold.
It's so fucking good. Like, I think every episode there's some kind of nudity. Well, the earlier episode there's like nudity and stuff like that, but then eventually like kind of fades out to get kind of serious. But like it's still the sexual undertones are still there, but it's probably one of my favorite shows on Netflix.
Goddamn.
Dude, when he told that chick you should jack off every now and again.
Oh shit, yeah. So there's this
Oh
one
my
chick.
God.
This one chick was sleeping with guys just to be sleeping with them, just because she didn't know like what like she didn't understand like.
What
Like,
she wanted.
What she wanted. Like, she only wanted to do what she thought guys wanted. And this one guy called her out. I was like, yeah, you're just fucking fake. Like, you're just doing what you think guys want. So one of the advice was like, hey, you know what? You should just go home and, you know,
Help yourself.
explore yourself.
Yeah.
Have a wank is how they
Yeah,
say it.
yeah.
Because it's English.
But the next day, she comes to school. It almost looked like she was fucking drunk. She was like,
Oh.
she like touched a guy. She's like, I did what you said. I was like, ugh, that's a hand.
God damn.
She said she did it all night long.
All right. Don't give a full rating. Give me till next week.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm down for this one.
Like let me tell you this. No joke. Cronus told me yesterday, Blue, have you watched Sex Education? Yeah, I'm like, oh, no. I thought like you told me like a few weeks ago, like, and I started watching it last night. I started watching it at like maybe 10 o'clock. I binge watched the shit out of this goddamn show. I watched all 8 episodes all fucking night long. That's how good it was. Like I had to like it.
Impressive.
It just rolls into the next episode. Like it makes you want to watch the next episode to see what the fuck is going to happen next. And it's not even the main characters that you're worrying about.
Yeah.
It's more about like what the fuck is going to happen next, basically. But yeah, I binge watch all 8 episodes. It's really fucking good show.
This might have been the best show to like show how like a straight guy and a gay guy can be they're like the best friends
Yeah.
ever. Like the lengths that the straight guy will go to help out his gay friend is like it's amazing.
That's cool.
And I don't think that's like rare at all. So
Yeah.
So he sucks him off to like.
no,
motherfucker.
Well, there's
Made that all bad.
there's some things that like in the first episode I'm like, okay, like it was kind of obvious how they were gonna go with that route, but it doesn't happen until like later on in the season. You're like, oh, okay, I knew that shit was gonna fucking happen. So, and it's kind of cool to see like how different cultures handle certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
It's
not
kind of
American.
cool.
right?
Yeah.
Well,
Cronus,
it's not even just that. It's just like the gay guy. His parents are African,
Yeah.
and so, but he's obviously like British.
and he's got 5 sisters,
Yeah,
and he's the only boy.
yeah, and so
It's a
like
different dynamic.
But what, Cronus, do you ever get to the part with the cell phone pussy scene?
Yeah.
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 So
I want to be on the inside of these.
yeah, man. So I'm not gonna spoil it, but like,
and that Indian chick is hot, by the way.
yeah, that's the Indian chick is
Yeah.
fucking hot. So I think it's probably the first episode. There's a scene where there's an Indian chick and she goes to the sex guy. She wants to learn how to be able to suck dick without throwing up. And so the gay guy gets fucking drunk. And they're at a fucking party. He like when you go to psychiatrist or whatever, there's like patient doctor confidentiality or whatever. Yeah,
Confidentiality.
that word. And the gay guy is like, hey, I'll show you how to fucking suck a dick. So basically, he busts out some bananas and like you're going like deep throating that shit. Like everybody's fucking trying, like all the hot chicks are trying it. It's like that. I'm like, this shit is so fucking funny. But this Indian chick, like, yeah, I can't spoil it. I'm gonna end it right there.
Let me watch, man.
It's a good fucking show. The Indian chick is really hot. You got the popular kids, but the whole fucking pussy scene with the cell phone that had me like. It's probably like 3 o'clock in the morning. I just started fucking cracking out laughing, which is bad because everybody else is asleep in the house. But yeah, and a lot of times I have to turn on the volume because there's like fucking scenes, and I'm like,
There's a lot of fucking scenes.
yeah.
Shit.
But one cool thing about the Fire Stick from Amazon is that you can pair it with a Bluetooth headset, so the sound will come to the headphones and not to the TV.
Yeah.
Just an FYI.
All right. Be the BTIs, man. That's what I was trying to get in.
There was one that just came up. Which other female superheroes or supervillains should get their own live-action films?
I love
Live
this
action
one.
So I have a list.
Oh, you have
Oh, you list?
Yeah,
Oh, you
I
can write
think-
that down.
I think X-23 would be a good one. There's a new Marvel DC hero called Silencer, and she is a former League of Assassins, like top assassin. I think she'd be good. She's also a person of color. Paper Girls, even though it's not a superhero comic book, it's a really good comic book. And then Talia al Ghul.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go Jessica Cruz, Green Lantern. I like where she's coming from. A Latin girl with the Green Lantern. I hate Hal Jordan. He's just not my cup of tea.
She would almost need to have the other guy, though, because she has such in the
Simon
beginning.
Baz. Yeah, in the beginning,
yeah,
yes, Simon
anxiety.
Baz.
Yeah.
But I really like what they're doing with Jessica. I'm also going to say, I mean, we've seen it before, but not really well. Either Jean Grey or Rogue,
Yeah.
I think could get away with, especially in the MCU, a solo movie and kick ass.
I think Jean Grey's story arc with the whole Phoenix thing needs to be done correct. It needs to go Phoenix, then Dark Phoenix, not like Dark Phoenix and skipping one, because they've kind of done that twice.
Yeah.
So
I would.
I'm sorry, real quick, one real quick one. There have been a lot of people completely shitting on the trailer for Dark Phoenix without seeing it as well. I just want to throw that out there.
You're one of them?
I'm on the fence.
Oh, okay.
I kind of like the Dark Phoenix over Captain Marvel, to be honest.
There you go.
This more. Go ahead.
I'd say Storm would be a good one.
Oh, I think it would
Obviously,
be good.
I think Spider-Gwen would be.
Yes.
we might
totally
get
agree.
we might get that.
Probably animated.
Animated or live action though for
Oh,
Spider-Gwen?
yeah.
Honestly, after watching Into the Spider-Verse, they should make more movies animated like Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
And I honestly believe that Spider-Gwen has, for me, the best Spider-Person costume.
Oh,
I could see it with the ballet shoes.
And the hoodie that's
hood,
white,
yeah.
and on the inside it's the...
My
Love that shit.
4-year-old daughter goes crazy for Spider-Gwen, and she also liked Gwen Poole too. But Spider-Gwen knocked it out of the fucking park. Yeah, for her, that's her Spider person forever, and even over Miles or Peter Parker. So yeah. Big appeal.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah, go ahead.
This one's kind of tough, but I really like this character, and was with one publisher and now has been in Marvel somehow, because this was a Image character, and now somehow she's in Marvel a couple times, and that is Angela from the Spawn series.
Oh yeah.
She's because I really like Spawn, and her character was super like mysterious, but she was badass as well. I think that she would be exploring her character. Maybe depending on what happens with this Spawn movie, she could maybe get her own.
Michael Jai White's in it.
I don't know. Oh no, Jamie Foxx. He's Spawn.
Okay.
Oh.
he might do all right.
I like them both.
Yeah.
Another character that's kind of on the fence, but I think she has some historical overtones that I think she should be in the limelight is Bumblebee. She's the African American. She's the African American.
You know,
she has the wings. She has the afro. Apparently, she's Marvel's first African American.
Isn't it DC?
No,
it's DC.
yeah, she's DC. I'm sorry, she's the first African American
Female
superhero that's not African, because there's an African hero that predates
But
her.
I'm only going to put this out there. DC and the Transformers Hasbro, I think, or
Yeah.
whatever, they've been beefing over that name hardcore.
I
don't think it's settled yet.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, if you watch, I know Prodigy watched it, the DC Superhero Girls, she's on there, but she's also been on Teen Titans. Also, she's been by herself as well. I think exploring her origin and bringing her into the limelight would be pretty interesting. And then She-Hulk. I think if they do it right, it could be good.
Yeah, not a lawyer.
Yeah.
Bullshit. The fuck
Independent lawyer. For me, this is a hard one because I don't know that many female superheroes. Like, I would say Catwoman would be a cool one, but then again, we had Catwoman before, but it was like hard, like that wasn't Catwoman. That was more like
That was terrible.
a hot chick in fucking Hotline Miami, basically. Yeah. But I mean, like in the animated Catwoman, like the one they had for like the DC one, that one was fucking good because we had Catwoman who like kind of ran a whorehouse and stuff like that, and she kind of was a pimp and some shit like that. Like I like to see that like live action version. But I would also say like She-Hulk would be a good one too, as long as she's like out there like kicking ass and she had like a really cool like backstory and shit like that. Storm would be also a good one, but I would also say who was I thinking of? I would say Rogue. Like we need like not the Fox version of Rogue. We need like the sexy, like big titty, big booty Rogue from like the X-Men animated series Rogue. We need that one. So Captain Marvel should end with her being like her fighting against Rogue and Magneto, and Rogue taking her fucking powers. But it's got to be some fucking hot Southern, red bone, fucking hot chick.
That would fit the story too, because that would explain why she's been gone for so long.
Yeah, sure.
But they won't do it.
Yeah.
You know, we all fucked up.
What?
You know, it'd be perfect for a movie.
Who?
It'd be a good villain. Our anti-hero, Amanda motherfucking Waller.
Oh, shit.
That'd be the best fucking
Fat
movie.
Amanda, though. Not
Yeah.
thin Amanda.
Yeah.
But even thin Amanda in Suicide Squad, she. You know,
I loved her
and
personality.
Arrow.
I just prefer the big, you know.
In Arrow, she's thin too. She's
Yeah.
actually really bad in Arrow.
She
I'm
looked
like,
good.
man.
Don't get me wrong.
But
But I don't want my
Fat
Waller
Amanda,
looking
yeah,
good.
Fat Amanda Waller would be great.
Yeah, that could be cool. Oh, you know what I forgot? You know what we need? Fucking Witchblade.
Oh, that'd be good.
Witchblade's been
That's a
around
good
for a
point.
minute.
Didn't they have a
yeah.
movie?
Well, they had an animated one.
Anime, which
Yeah.
is kind of
They
irritating.
need to get my girl Ho Silk popping. Still.
Oh.
You know that pussy
Ooh, yeah.
still, you know. Oh, but I'm sorry, real quick. You mentioned Catwoman. You know what's interesting to me with Catwoman? Like, they change her race since the
lot.
60s,
Yes.
back and forth all the fucking
yeah.
time.
She's
Nobody
like 7
ever says
people.
a goddamn thing about it between Halle Berry sometimes
Eartha
and
Kitt.
Eartha
Eartha
Kitt,
Kitt,
and then obviously in like comics and whatnot, she's
Anne
been
Hathaway.
white. Anne Hathaway. Nobody ever cares about that.
That's true.
It's real interesting to me.
Yeah.
The best one, though, I like the super yoked
Yeah.
Catwoman. It's
Yeah.
just funny to me.
Yeah.
I like almost every version of her, besides maybe the Halle Berry one, but
I mean, you liked it, but you don't like the storyline
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer, I forgot about that.
yeah.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer.
They keep flipping
Yeah.
back and forth, and
Yeah.
nobody cares.
It's funny because there's always a Selena Kyle Catwoman.
Well, even-
there's been different Batgirls.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna see Cassandra.
But she's always
Cain.
been white though.
Yeah, but Cassandra Cain isn't white.
Who the hell is that? Oh.
She's the Asian Batgirl, which we're probably gonna see in Birds of Prey,
Okay.
which is coming up pretty soon,
They-
or in like a year or so.
DC switches it up. I mean, never forget, Bane is not British.
Nope, he's
Wait, I thought-
he's
thought
Argentinian.
He's
isn't
from
he?
Santa.
Porisca.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's Argentinian. He's South American, I believe,
Yeah.
isn't he? Or is he Brazilian? Something like that.
Anyway,
I got a B then BTI question. We have enough time for this one, or should I save it for next week?
It's up to Prodigy. Actually, no, you work closer now, so it should be all right.
God damn. No, I'm still. All right, go ahead. Go get a quick one.
All right, so somebody actually DM me for this one.
What you got?
So the question is, how can you go from watching like porn, like seeing shit? How do you watch porn and see different acts that you won't do in your normal life and be able to have sex with your partner?
Huh?
I'm confused. I'm trying
So say like you go on porn and you watch like Asian porn or
I
like
understand what you're
anal
saying.
sex and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do that same shit with your in real life partner.
Well, if your partner isn't Asian, how you gonna have Asian sex with
Well,
her?
that requires consent.
Yeah, I can answer this
And
question.
sometimes it's illegal.
Yeah, there's certain things that your significant other won't do, and that's probably the reason why you're more drawn to that kind of porn, because you can't do it with your partner.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably part of the reason. And then yeah, some of it might look cool, but in reality, it's not that cool.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
Getting
it's the same-
judged and
Yeah,
shit.
because everybody's all about, oh yeah, and it'll be great, but it's like you better have fucking prep time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always gonna get shitty real quick.
Put the towels
Cut your
down.
nails.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same with cooking shows, right? They cook all these fancy food, and you're watching the cooking show, but you're not gonna make any of that stuff. Not like a good half the time. If you're
I do.
watching Master Chef, are you making all the Master Chef stuff?
You don't try to make that stuff?
No.
That's why you're single, bitch.
Oh,
Hey,
damn. Set
All
me up. That's
Yeah.
all bad.
I mean, that's a pretty good one, though.
I guess.
That is a good one. Can I tell you, I'll tell you a fucked up story. This is what
Yeah.
happened to me. It's about anal, though. A friend of mine, when I was over in Iraq, won't say his name, he was a really good friend of mine, and he got fucked up by this chick for basically, like, he might still be fucked up by this chick. Because basically, he reached too high, and his hot chick decided to get with him for a number of months or years or whatever, and he was clearly out of his territory. Anyway, one time, this is a true story, they were doing anal, she was on top, and she shit all over him. All over him, all over the bed, and then he said that she ran to the bathroom crying because she was embarrassed, and I was like, bro, did she clean it up? And he was like, nah, she was embarrassed. I was like, bitch, are you fucking serious? I was like, there's no fucking way that you got shit on. You got to clean that shit up yourself. I was like, ugh, man.
That's kind of
So
gross.
that is a cautionary tale of anal. If you want to do, if you're into it, that's why I said prep time.
Oh, if you listen to what Ella Darling on
Earth
Us
Girls.
or
Those are
Earth Girl,
Girls are
it's
easy.
both.
Both.
I think on both of them she talks about prep time. So
Yeah.
God damn.
do your shit right.
Make sure to
let's-
cut your nails.
Jesus. Let's round it up. Stitch, what you,
You
got
wanna do
populating
it
this
in your
week?
nails.
Goddamn.
Just sort of getting back into the nice little regular schedule of work stuff. So I'll be working this weekend, but I'll be off on like my happy days of like Monday through Thursday, where I
Very
can
nice.
go on my little Stitch adventures and go check out chicken spots and
So
do
wait,
random
Monday to
cool shit.
Thursday you're off?
Yeah, Monday. Yeah, what's today? Thursday,
Wednesday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I'll be working, and I'll be off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week.
Damn.
That's gonna be a normal schedule?
Well, it'll bump down, but for the
Rotate.
instead of the Monday through Friday like I've been doing the past like 6 fucking months, I'll get back to my normal 4 days on, 4 days off.
Well, once you get to, if it's like that after you're done with FTO and all that shit, we can jiu-jitsu on Thursday, man. Lunch.
I'm down for that. They just told me be boring for the next 6 months. I was like,
Nah.
okay.
So anybody that's listening right now, if you didn't realize that, yeah, all 5 of us are here for the first time in like a wow,
Been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yes.
a hot minute.
Old Ninja, what you got?
So tomorrow I'm gonna go watch Prodigy's second arch nemesis on screen. I'm going to a fairly early showing. Probably gonna do dinner because I'm going with family. So we're probably gonna do basically dinner and a movie with
There's gonna be
family.
kids watching this?
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
Maybe. Then I'm playing some Apex Legends, trying to get, now that Stitch is back, trying to game with Stitch on some stuff that we haven't had a chance to go back
I'm
to.
beyond the division.
That's not. That's for 2 weeks. That's
prepping
in
my-
2 weeks.
getting
You
ready
ain't
for
got
that.
it now.
Next week, what are you talking about?
Go back and start
15th?
prepping.
That's next week.
It's next week.
Today's
Today's
the
the
Oh
6th.
shit!
sixth,
I was
yeah.
not paying attention.
I get it in less than a week from now. I get it
Yeah.
on the 12th, right? Yeah.
So we have time. We have like a whole week then beforehand. But there's plenty of games. Playing Apex, Red Dead. We didn't talk about. It had a huge update. So I'm gonna try to see what's going on.
For
They added-
online only? Or
yeah,
campaign
for
mode?
GTA Red Dead Redemption Online. I'm sorry, huge update. I plan on checking on that, seeing what's going on. Spider-Man had a price drop, so I'm gonna be playing that because I just got it.
Great fucking game.
Yeah, and then
Won the golden eggplant.
oh yeah, that's right, it did.
Surprising as shit.
Yeah, and then I think that's about it.
Well, what you got?
Yeah, chill.
So yeah, this weekend, the Sweetness and I are gonna go check out this place called Duckhorn Winery. It's one of our favorite wines, and like I was able to get in a reservation for this place because like it's reservation only for the wine tasting. So we're gonna go check that out. It's up in Sonoma. So there's Napa. So if you're not from California, there's Napa, Sonoma, and Petaluma, and those are pretty big winery places. Also, Livermore has really good wine. Also, Saratoga has really good wine as well, but
Calistoga too.
in Calistoga, yeah.
whole
Actually,
state.
yeah, all of California has great fucking wine. My bad.
Sounded like California love.
Except for
Yeah.
29 Palms. They have
Yeah.
really shitty wine.
Yeah, you don't want that kind of wine. You want that toilet wine.
Englewood.
But yeah, so the Swedes and I are going to check that out. I'm definitely kind of getting back into gaming, so I played the Division 2 demo beta. That was a lot of fun. I'm playing Ace Combat 7. I'm like maybe mission 10. I think there's probably like 4 or 5 more missions till I probably finish the game, but
Nice.
I'm enjoying that. But other than that, just chilling.
Good shit. Kronos, what you got?
All right, so hopefully this weekend, like 80% sure we're gonna work on the shed this weekend. Put in some insulation. It's basically like test insulation. Unless I bought enough for the entire fucking shed, then we're doing the whole fucking shed. I bought 3 packages. I don't know how much that is, so I guess we'll fucking find out.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing the Division 2 next week. That's about it. Yeah, that's all I got.
Good shit. DMC 5 for me, literally on tomorrow night. I finished off an amazing fucking anime. I do want to get somebody else's reviews on it too. Made in Abyss. God damn it.
Made in the Abyss.
No, it's not Made in the Abyss. It's Made in Abyss.
Oh, okay.
It is, which sounds weird. It sounds like it needs a the. But anyway, it's very much like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I know that's high praise, but we're going to talk about it. SSS Gridman is almost done for me as well. And I'm replaying still Resident Evil 2 on my Claire run.
Oh, good shit.
And we'll be going to some cons here soon. We fucked up. We slept on, WonderCon's coming up. We're too late for that shit. But we're making sure we're going to be at CRX and a few other ones coming up here soon. So
On season. You just experienced the dankest podcast on the internet. We are Black and Black times Infinity. Check us out at BThanBTI. It's BThanBTI. Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Player FM, Apple Podcasts. Go in there, rate us, leave a podcast. Check out our official website, binheadproductions.com/BThanBTI on Amazon. Check out our app on there. Download it. It'll let you know when we go live every Wednesday. 8:30 Pacific.
Fuck Carol Danvers.
God damn.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is trash.
That's out on Netflix this week.
Fuck Mass Effect.
Trash. Oh! Get the fuck out. Now.
I thought I forgot.
Deathstroke is gay.